Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, Spurs rookie Victor Wembanyama is reportedly back in San Antonio and looking for houses. Comes back from Las Vegas after a couple of games and an experience with Britney Spears. An encounter Wemby's agent says was Wemby's welcome to America moment. Portland's general manager Joe Cronin says it could take months before a trade is worked out with Blazer star Damian Lillard. And New Orleans Pelicans big man Zion Williamson says dieting is hard.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live out at the Rue Pub, 281 and Redland Road. Of course, we have the All-Star game tonight. You're looking for a place to come watch the All-Star game. Spurs do play later tonight, but no Wemby. I'm curious what the interest level is going to be for a 9:30 Summer League start.
I will have none. So I don't know about everybody else, but I probably won't have any interest in that, Jason. But
I want to see what Champagny will do.
Well, I mean,
he needs a bounce back game.
We've seen what Champagny can do. I like that guy. I think he's going to be good for the Spurs. But I don't know. It's Summer League. I never really got into it. I mean, you watch a little bit of it, but I'm not going to sit there from tip to final gun. I mean, it's just
not like you did when Wemby was there.
Not like you did when Wemby was there.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Joe is back today. Yesterday, if you're watching on YouTube, and I highly encourage you to watch on YouTube and subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel, because I feel like there should be some tiger blood being served here at the Rue Pub, because Charlie Sheen's character,
Ricky Vaughn, the Wild Thing,
is sitting to my left.
I tell you, that's what I feel like. I've got these glasses on that all I need is the skull and crossbones in between right there for the Wild Thing. If I could just pitch like Ricky Vaughn, I wouldn't be sitting here. I'd be at the All-Star game in Seattle.
Well, I mean, it's possible. So yesterday you went and did a procedure over at Parkhurst New Vision.
I did.
And so, and again, for somebody that hasn't gone through that, I mean, you go and you get that procedure. You've got to wear these protective lenses for a while that are protective, but also helping with your adjustment.
They are, and they keep the UVA rays out. So when I'm indoors, I've got to wear these clear ones. I've got some sunglasses that I wear when I go outdoors, and I've got to do that for at least a week. I'm going to get checked out again on Monday, and we'll see what the doctor says then. But went back today. He said everything looks good, and I'll be honest with you, Jason, I feel great. My eye doesn't hurt at all. I mean, it's no different than anything, and still a little blurry, but not much. And
as expected,
right?
I mean, you know, the blurriness is gone. In fact, at one point, because I got up stupid early yesterday to go with you to hold your hand through the procedure and also to video it. And at one point, Dr. Nassar, who, by the way, I didn't meet until yesterday, but that guy is a rock star.
He's awesome.
He was like, see what I'm doing right here? We call this the blurriness leaving your body.
That's exactly right. Well, the guy is so cool, and I met with him again today, and he checked out, make sure that the lens was where it was supposed to be and all of that stuff, and he says it was. So everything's looking good, and, man, Parkhurst North or New Vision is just incredible folks all the way around.
They really are. And look, man, with those glasses, man, you're bringing sexy back.
I'm telling you, I am sexy. Even Chip said I look sexy today.
That's not at all what he said. That is not at all what he said.
No, he didn't. I think he called me Kurt Rambis.
You look a little bit more. We were like, no, it's not Kurt Rambis. See, Kurt Rambis used to wear what we in the military called BC glasses.
Uh-huh.
So when you join the military and you go to boot camp, they give you a pair of glasses that are just awful, and they're called BC glasses, birth control glasses, because you're not getting any while you're wearing those things. It is impossible to pick up anything wearing those glasses.
Well, it's a good thing I'm off the market then, I guess, huh? That's a good thing. So I don't have to worry about it. And you know, when you get to be married and you're happily married and everything's good, you really don't care what you wear unless the wife doesn't like it. Can I tell you something?
No,
let me just tell you something.
Wait.
So I love wearing white shorts, you know, because it matches with everything. I put any kind of shirt. Well, every time I got a couple of pair of white shorts.
Uh-huh.
Every time I put them on, Maggie says, well, I can see your blue underwear. And I'm like, nobody's going to be looking at that. Well, they are. And I'm like, what? So I can't ever wear them unless I got to have very light colored underwear.
So Joe, and if anybody wants to help Joe out with the obvious here, at Joe Reinagle 210, you can tweet at me at Jason Minix. Have you joined Threads yet?
I haven't.
What you get with it, it's 2023. You can thread me or whatever the hell you're supposed to call that at Jason Minix. Tweet, text 210-656-ESPN. You could either go in your white shorts with tidy whities or the man thong.
Yeah, but then you probably see the crack.
Well, that's what the thong does.
There's a man thong?
It's the same. Well, I mean, it's the same principle for the ladies that don't want panty lines.
Well, yeah, but for ladies, it's kind of sexy. For a dude,
it's not.
It's not.
But, I mean, or do you care if somebody can see what color underwear you're wearing?
I really don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, if that offends somebody, then sorry.
I mean, but here's the other part. You can't have blue drawers on, white shorts, and say a red shirt. I mean, you know,
you're patriotic.
It's all
red, white, and blue.
It's all got to match.
I guess. I just had never thought about that because, you know, in the summertime, I've got a variety of shorts, all different colors, but there's something about when you wear white because you can wear any shirt you want, pretty much, right? Because it matches with anything. Yeah. So I like that. But every time I do it, the first thing, and I think maybe she's just checking me out. I don't know. But
well, I mean,
first thing Maggie does,
you weren't always holding out on her. She wouldn't have to do that. Yeah.
She looks at my butt. So you know, that's
dude. You got to appreciate that. That your wife will do an underwear check for you. I mean, she would probably also tell you if you got a booger.
Oh, no question.
I mean,
call it a bear in the cave.
Exactly. I mean, but you know, you got to have that person that's just going to be honest. And what she's really telling you, it doesn't matter what color your underwear is. You look like an idiot in those white shorts, and she knows you're going to get them dirty, and she doesn't want to embarrass you in public.
Well,
so she's being nice to you.
I suppose, but you know, as you know, I mean, I got a fascination with a white belt. I like white shorts, but I like all different colors of shorts too. So that's really
gray shorts kind of go with everything.
Not really.
They really do.
And you keep going with that. That's good. I mean, I got a pair of these are like Tennessee Titan blue on.
Okay.
Kind of, I would say.
Okay.
Because I had the white shorts on and was forced to take them off. Forced to take them off.
So you were going to wear white shorts today with that shirt?
Not with this shirt,
okay.
no.
So you had to change your whole outfit because you're wearing blue underwear?
Whole outfit.
Holy cow.
So I just honey, I can't see.
See, but now she knows you're lying.
I know.
I mean, you have lost that excuse.
No excuse.
I mean, one of the side effects, and I was talking about this yesterday with James Pledger. Side effect isn't the right word. One of the unintended consequences of you getting this procedure done yesterday at Parkhurst New Vision is the joy that we all get when you get so angry and you rip your readers off because your face turns red. You don't know this, but everybody kind of makes fun of you in the building. They know when you're upset because the readers just come off and you get that look like you want to pull the car over and send us to our room. And now you're not going to be able to do that. I hope over the next however long you have to wear your Wild Thing glasses there that you don't get so caught up in the moment that you rip those off inadvertently.
Well, I can rip them off. It's okay. I mean, you know, it's fine, and I probably will do that.
But the doctor told you you're supposed to wear those for at least the next week.
And you know what's cool about these? They do have readers in them, but they're like right here, so I have to kind of...
Do that. Those watching on YouTube can see if you've got a bear in the cave.
Well, if I do, please let me know, will you?
Yeah,
I'd appreciate that. No, I'll find something else. I'm going to wad up some paper, or I don't know. Maybe I'll do the whole Fred Lozano thing. He used to work at Channel 5. He threw pencils at people.
He did.
And so, I'll find something that will, I can show my displeasure with what you say, which happens quite a bit, frankly.
I mean, look, we all know when we win the argument with Joe is because the readers come right off. Right off. Even if you're not wearing them, you'll put them on just to rip them off.
Absolutely.
There is something about you ripping off the readers to make a point.
That is going to be tough to
I just hope you don't poke yourself in the eye looking for the readers now that you're not going to have to wear them.
Maybe I'll just pretend. Bam!
You're going to be like those, for those that wear white shorts and also wear fake glasses, let's see, who at our place is celebrating a birthday today? Rudy J.
Rudy J.
He'll wear fake glasses.
Really?
Well, I mean, you see Rudy J rolling around in glasses every now and then. He doesn't need glasses. There's not even a lens in those things, but the frames look good, right? Just so he can rip them off his head.
Does he do that too? When he gets upset with Ron?
No. I mean, Rudy wears them to look good, so he's not going to rip them off.
Well, obviously, I'm not.
It's his opinion.
None of my readers look good.
No,
right? None of them. So it doesn't matter. And I really don't give a damn what any of you think about what I look like.
Well, see, that's apparently not true because you changed your whole outfit because Maggie said she could see your underwear.
Well, I care about what she thinks.
Okay, there you go.
The rest of you? No, I don't care.
That's so not true. It is so not true.
Doesn't matter.
It really does. It really, really does. Aren't you glad you came back to work?
No, it's good to be back. Yeah, because I wanted to come back yesterday, honestly. And I was just, they give you some nice cocktails before you go into this thing, and you feel good. And they say you shouldn't probably drive all day.
Yeah.
So, nobody was picking me up, so I decided to stay home.
I mean, I'm curious with your new vision. How long will it take for you to adjust the font size on your phone? Will I still be able to read your text messages from across the room?
Well, probably. I don't know. It depends. I would imagine I'll just go back to normal. But again, I don't care, honestly, right? Because I do have some pretty big font. Where is it on my text messages? Let's see here.
Yeah, I can read all of those.
Let's see. There's Jason Minix. That's what my font looks like.
Well, exactly. I mean, that was a 2-word text that takes 4 lines on his phone.
Well, look at that, because it was a nice text from you. Good on the no pain part after I told you I have no pain yesterday. Yeah. I said, I'll be at work tomorrow. I could have gone in today. And now everybody can see it. But yeah, I'll probably lower that once everything is adjusted like it's supposed to be. That's the cool thing about this lens replacement. They can adjust it now that it's inside my eye. I feel like the $6 Million Man.
Well,
if you remember that show.
I mean, there are people out there that vaguely have heard their grandparents talk about that show. So, I mean, it's possible. But, yeah, dude, modern technology is incredible.
It really is.
Modern technology is incredible. Again, it's been years since I had it done. And years ago, I wanted to do something similar, and I wasn't really a candidate. Now I'm wondering, after seeing it, and the whole thing was just cool watching them do it.
Yeah, the longest part of the deal was getting prepped for surgery. I mean, the surgery itself was, 10 minutes?
A little longer than that.
Okay.
But I mean, I think it took me longer to get into that jumpsuit thingy that I had to wear.
Yeah, you look goofy as hell, I got to say. We got to have a picture of that somewhere, don't we?
Yeah, there might be one on your wife's phone.
They called it the rabbit suit.
The rabbit suit. It felt like the Michelin Tire Man coming from the Blink 182 concert. Their bunnies that are rolling around. They were with Blink 182. It was interesting. And then I had to wear the deal on my head. Then you
so
were.
Did I.
Well, yeah, but and Joe's got some photos, not of me, with you. On your Facebook page.
On my Facebook page, yeah.
And you can see some of the procedure there on his social media. But at one point, Joe was loopy enough. He saw me, thought I was the doctor, that I was going to be doing the surgery.
Well, and thank God somebody talked some sense into me.
I stayed at the Holiday Inn Express. I could have played the video game that Dr. Nestor was doing.
Yeah, that was so cool. After I couldn't see this, obviously, while the procedure was going on, but watching some of the videos, that's exactly what he's doing. It's like he's playing a video game. He's watching the screen, and just moving his stuff. That dude is really cool. I don't know what he does in his spare time, but I'd love to go have a beer with that guy. I don't know if he drinks beer or not, but he's a cool dude.
He was a very, very cool dude. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. You know, talking to him, and this is a stretch because he's not near tall enough, but he was so thorough in the conversation, very thoughtful with everything that he was saying and how he said it. Almost sounded a little like Wemby and how Wemby has answered some things. And I don't know when the next time we're going to hear from Victor because he's trying to disappear for a while. We saw what we needed to in Las Vegas in those two games. So what's next for Wemby? What's next for the San Antonio Spurs? We will dive into that as we continue live out here at the Roof Hub, 281 and Redland Road. It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's R&R in the morning.
Wednesday on R&R in the morning. We're going to go deep dive on the most important sports of the day. We're looking at marbles. We're looking at cricket. Has anybody checked out the most recent Lithuanian rowing championship? We'll cover that as well. It's a Wednesday sports day on San Antonio Sports Star. Be there.
It's your wake-up call. R&R in the morning, 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Listen up, Texas. The Powerball jackpot is over $600 million, and you can now buy official state lottery games right from your phone with jackpot.com. Get in on the action right now and buy official Powerball, Mega Millions, and Lotto Texas tickets with jackpot.com. Just choose your favorite lottery game, pick your lucky numbers, and get your winnings instantly. Plus, right now, get a free lottery ticket with your first play.
I love playing the lottery, and jackpot.com makes it so easy because you can buy all your tickets right from your phone.
Jackpot.com notifies me right away if I win. It's safe and secure, and I never have to worry about losing my lottery tickets again.
This is the greatest thing ever. I can buy tickets right on my phone for Powerball, Lotto Texas, and other lottery games while I'm sitting on my couch at home.
Don't wait. Go to jackpot.com and buy lottery tickets on your phone. Plus, right now, get a free lottery ticket with your first play. Go to jackpot.com. That's jackpot.com. Jackpot.com.
Paid for by jackpot.com. You must be 18 or older to order a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Okay, next time you're at the store, I dare you to not think about the unmistakable fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent and because you have zero resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring at Walmart today.
At Lowe's, we're always bringing pros more ways to save. Right now, get up to 40% off select bathroom faucets and vanities. Plus, buy Southwire Romex Simple 12-gauge indoor wire at our everyday low price of $109. Head to your local Lowe's or visit us at Lowe's.com for more deals you can't beat. Because Lowe's knows savings, Lowe's knows pros. About 7/6 through 7/12 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. U.S. only.
If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. If you stop running because your feet always hurt, that's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem. And it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Arasti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Energy companies raising your rates and then telling you to reduce your usage? Don't reduce, produce. At Roof Fix Solar Energy, take charge of your energy costs and keep your home as cool as you want. Sign today and we'll pay your utility bill until your solar's installed. Plus, capture a 30% tax credit and a $600 rebate. That's no money out of pocket and never pay a high utility bill again. Call 210-454-2400 or visit rooffixsa.com.
Roof Fix, home of the low price guarantee.
Wednesday on R&R in the morning. The All-Star game is done, and that's it. There's no sports. We're going to talk ESPYs, I guess, and some Dallas Cowboys, I suppose, and Victor Wembanyama searching for a house, I guess. Maybe some marbles. We'll figure it out. Now back to the Blitz, who gets to sit comfortably at a bar while I'm trying to figure out what's in dog.
We certainly will here at the Roo Pub. There's always something to talk about.
Always.
He's Joe Ryan-Nagel. I'm Jason Minix. The Blitz live here at the Roo Pub, 281 and Redland Road. Got the All-Star game tonight. We're pre-gaming early. Come by here, get a Wemby burger. They're on the menu here.
They are, man. I had some chili cheese fries, which are fantastic too, by the way. I'd never had those before.
You misordered. You were thinking Philly cheese steak fries, but you went chili cheese and you were happy.
I was very happy. I still got to try the Philly cheesesteak fries, but
they're fantastic.
I was very happy with the mistake I made today.
I went fried shrimp and onion rings.
Well, that's what you always do.
Well,
I mean, you got to live a little, Minix. Jeez.
Then I had burger and wings here on Friday night.
Yeah, you did.
But for lunch, it's the perfect amount of food at lunch.
That's good,
right?
Yeah. Well, you can't. I couldn't finish the chili cheese fries.
No, but that's what Nick Trey is for.
That's what Nick Trey's for.
Absolutely.
So that was good. No, the food is great here. I mean, it really doesn't matter what you get.
And that's the best part too. Is Nick Trey is here, not grumpy ass Greg Shelton, who's off today for jury duty.
Can you imagine Shelton on your jury, looking over there, that dude going, "Oh, dude, I'm screwed." I'm screwed.
Well, I mean,
can I still take that plea bargain?
Yeah. I don't know if he made the jury.
Well,
I mean, Shelton reminds me of the kind of guy that will do everything, say everything to get dismissed from the jury pool while they're going through selection. That, or he's going to end up being that dude on the jury that tries to be the jury foreman, and then we'll keep you there 9 days longer so he doesn't have to come back to work, but also asking question after question and arguing with everybody about everything.
No doubt. No doubt. Now, if I'm a prosecutor, he's the perfect guy.
Is he?
Well, sure. Just, mad as hell. And I can just say that guy did that, and Shelton will get mad about it. He's guilty.
Well, so from the prosecutor part, yeah. Because I got out of jury duty one time, and probably shouldn't say it this way, but it was an awful trial where, and I followed it all the way through because I was curious about it, but there was this guy that was accused of doing some things that he shouldn't to a young child.
Right.
And just everything that you're hearing in the jury process, I just figured that, he must be guilty. And so when the prosecutor guy from the DA's office asked me, had I made a predetermination on his guilt? I said, yes. And he said, why? And I said, because you probably don't bring this to trial if you don't think you can win. So you must have enough to throw this guy away for the rest of his life. And I got dismissed.
Well, yeah.
And they went through the whole trial, and the guy was found not guilty.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that?
But it was a 3-week trial, so I am glad.
I actually served on a jury.
Yeah.
Where the wife was accusing the father of inappropriately touching their 3-year-old son.
Uh-huh.
And I actually got picked for that jury, and we found him innocent. Because they couldn't prove that. Yeah. I mean, it was just... I remember that case like it was yesterday. I wonder if it was the same deal.
No, because you and I would have recognized each other in the courtroom because we've been friends for, a gazillion years.
Maybe if I'm smart next time, I'll just say, yeah, the guy's guilty as hell, and they'd let you go.
I mean, you watch enough lawyerly shows, the prosecutor, the DA's office isn't bringing it to trial if they don't think they can win.
It was actually kind of fun. Well, they think they can win every case. Does that mean everybody's guilty?
No, it's they don't think they can. That's why they plea out stuff that they can't win.
Well, I'm telling you, if they're bringing it to trial, they obviously think that they can win.
Yeah.
So what if every juror said that?
I'm just saying.
Dude, we would have a screwed up system.
I have never served on a jury.
Jason Minix, ladies and gentlemen.
Please
there you
don't
go.
do that.
Uh-huh.
Please don't
That's
do that.
his name.
That's what you think.
Man, I can't. Dude, that's your civic duty.
Mm-hmm.
Serve on a jury. It's really actually kind of interesting.
Well, I mean, I feel like I serve on a jury daily with the topics that we present arguments for.
Right.
Try to win, get you to rip your readers off. That's when, boom, I know. Boom, verdict. Done.
Or you just say something that's so absolutely ridiculous that I have to rip them off.
Well, I mean, look, here we are. I was off last week. You were off yesterday. This is our first show together in over a week.
Right.
And Dame Lillard is still a member of the Portland Trail Blazers.
Uh-huh.
So, again, I don't think Dame is coming to San Antonio. But the idea that he has not been traded to Miami yet. Miami doesn't have everything that Portland wants in a trade. Greg Popovich and the Spurs announcing a 5-year deal, to me, is a message to somebody that he plans on being here. And there is that commitment made very publicly. That's not a commitment to Devin Vassell or Keldon Johnson or Wemby. That is a commitment to somebody that isn't here. The timing of it, the Summer League, why now? There has to be a reason. The very deliberate San Antonio Spurs put out that press release on Saturday. And as Dame Lillard, his prime destination, his want is Miami. But if they can't make that work, you kind of go back to that Ramona Shelbourne piece about his respect for Greg Popovich. But Dame Lillard isn't coming to San Antonio if Pop's only going to be here a year, going to be here 2 years. Now, I don't think Dame comes unless there's another veteran and this slow rebuild process completely changes. But who is that message sent to that Greg Popovich has signed a 5-year contract?
Well, it's a great question, but I don't think it's Dame Lillard. I understand where you're going with that, and I guess I could kind of see that. Look, here's the problem that I have. I think Dame Lillard, first of all, Portland is asking for the moon and the stars and the clouds, right? They're asking for everything.
Yep.
Miami's going to get this done. If it involves other teams, Miami's going to get this thing done. They want to get it done. Portland saying all the right things. The GM comes out today and says, look, we're in no hurry. It may take months to trade this guy. That's exactly what they should say. They want to get the pieces that they want. But I think Pat Riley is a genius. He has been a genius his entire time in the NBA. He will figure out a way to get this done. Dame Lillard will play basketball with the Miami Heat next season.
Now, you look at, and I honestly, I'm just saying there's a small chance San Antonio's still in play. But there had to be a reason. Now I'm trying to figure out the why the Spurs did what they did. They could put together the package of picks that Portland is looking for. Now, you think about Portland's GM, Joe Cronin. He talked about how it could take weeks or months for a Dame Lillard deal to get done.
I think what I've learned more than anything is patience is critical. Like, don't be reactive. Don't jump at things just to seemingly solve a problem. I think the teams that have ended up in the most positive situation post-trade have been the ones that have been really diligent and taken their time and not been impulsive, or, the teams that really kept their urgency under control. So I think that's how my approach has been with this and will be with this, is we're going to be patient. We're going to do what's best for our team. We're going to see, how this lands. And if it takes months, it takes months.
Look, dude, when you go to school on the very first day, they outline the basics. When Joe Cronin goes to GM school, guess what? That's the first thing that he learns to say right there. I mean, that is like from a book written 50 years ago for GMs. We're going to stay patient. We're going to get what we want for our guy. It may take months. Because you're sending a message out there that you're in no hurry, and everybody knows Lillard's gone. He's going to be traded. So when Joe Cronin says this, the other GMs are going, okay, here's another offer. I mean, this could happen like this afternoon.
Well, and that's it. Although it also tells me that they aren't just going to send him to Miami to make him happy. They got to get back close to what they are looking for in their asking price for him. And I also thought it was interesting. Joe Cronin said he has not spoken to Dame since Dame made the trade request. So it does feel like the relationship is completely fractured. There's no second thoughts. There's no conversations with him. Look, man, Miami doesn't have the package. Where else would you like to go? None of that seems to be happening. Now, you think about ESPN's Kevin Pelton. He was talking about the Spurs and their rebuild process with Wemby, and you talk about being patient. That is the path that the Spurs are on right now.
This is a team that's building kind of slowly. I think one of the mistakes a lot of teams make when is, okay, all of a sudden we got to try to win right now. We got to build up and add veterans. And San Antonio hasn't taken that approach this offseason. Their, moves have been smaller for, adding Reggie Bullock and getting a pick swap in 2030 out of that deal with the Dallas Mavericks. I thought was a really great move for them. And I think they're going to take a look at, they've got a lot of young talent, 3 first-round picks from last year before Wemby, Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell with some young building blocks as well. See where this group is in a year, and then let's maybe figure out how we push the pedal and start to try to win seriously.
See, I hear what he's saying, and I see what the Spurs are doing, and I understand, it's a slow, methodical pace, and I'm wondering why. I really am, because look, if you're going to make a splash, you want to win now. A Dame Lillard makes perfect sense. The problem with that is you're going to probably have to part with Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell, and who wants that? I don't think anybody does, because I think those two guys are the foundation of this ball club. So, but I think you can go a little faster than the Spurs are going. So you lose this year. Maybe you make the play-in tournament. Maybe you don't. Who knows? What good does that do? And I'm asking sincerely, does that just get Wemby's feet wet, get him used to the NBA, then you start piling on some veterans in here?
And it's certainly a possibility that the plan is, and you think about what Brian Wright said pre-draft, what Pop said draft night, what we've seen the Spurs do is exactly what they said they were going to do. And it does feel like, let's see what we got with Wemby this upcoming year. See what he's like over an 82-game regular season, and then go figure out the right pieces to put around him when we have a better idea of what he actually needs. Now, the Dame part, that accelerates and changes everything. They're going down this road right here, but they could easily take a hard right and go down another path if they can work out a trade for Dame Lillard. And I do think that 5-year extension announcement by the Spurs tells me there's something cooking on that back burner. The question, does it move up to the front burner? What do you guys think? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 on Twitter, at Joe Reinagle 210. You can tweet at me at Jason Minix. Did you guys watch the Home Run Derby last night? We'll dive into that disaster. TV show or whatever the hell that was as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nigel, I'm going on vacation. Don't touch anything.
I won't let you down. Enjoy your time off, J-Dog.
Folks, it's good to take time off, but your home's plumbing and air conditioning, well, when they decide to take a surprise vacation or start working overtime, that's a problem. Call Quarter Moon and we'll get things back on track, working right and at a fair price. Call Quarter Moon 651-5899.
Okay, team, I've supercharged the coffee machine. It's extra hot and dispenses 10 times faster. Allow me to push the button. Quick! Call plumber!
6004 DACLA 000743458. If you're hit by a car, truck, or commercial vehicle, you need help with vehicle repairs, car rental, medical care, Davis Law Firm can help get your life back on track. For over 25 years, we have secured important verdicts and settlements for our clients, some in the millions of dollars. I'm Jeff Davis. If you were in a car or truck wreck or hit by a commercial vehicle, call the Fours right now. Call me at 444-4444. You got it. There's only one number to remember, and that's 4. Attorney consultation by appointment only. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio. Davis Law Firm is a proud official partner, personal injury attorney of the San Antonio Spurs.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
At the Home Depot, we have laundry appliances that just fit your space, fit your needs, and fit your budget. Like a new GE Profile Ultra Fast Combo laundry machine that can wash and dry a large load in about 2 hours, without you ever having to transfer the load over. Final days to get special buy savings like the GE Profile Ultra Fast Combo laundry machine, plus an extra $100 off select laundry sets. In-store and online at the Home Depot ends July 12th.
Kelley Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offering. Instant Cash Offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, KBB.com.
Research shows people ignore radio ads. While I want you to remember that Liberty Mutual customizes and saves you hundreds on home insurance, I know no one's listening, so I can say anything. I can even tell Jenny that I never stop thinking about us. Sometimes I almost call, but I only truly feel safe revealing this in the privacy of my nationally broadcast radio ad.
Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com. Savings may vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Okay, outdoor summer cocktail party fit check. I've got a hot pink and orange bodycon dress paired with vintage sneakers. It'll definitely attract attention, but not from mosquitoes, because I'm wearing it with Off Clean Feel for 8 gorgeous hours of not sticky, fragrance-free protection. So I can sip, socialize, and flirt out there in the wild with absolutely unshakable confidence. Get your pre-party protection on with Off Clean Feel. SC Johnson, a family company.
All guests appearing on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star appear on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Live out at the Rue Pub, 281 and Redland Road, ahead of tonight's Major League Baseball All-Star Game. You know, it's kind of crazy when you think that we're at the All-Star break, Joe. And the All-Star games are fun, although the festivities around the All-Star game, we talk about this a lot, whether it's the Pro Bowl, NBA All-Star game, the home run derby last night. Anybody actually watch that from start to finish? Anybody give it 20 minutes? I honestly want to know. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. You could call, you could text, you could tweet or thread at Joe Reinagel 210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. If you watch the whole thing, and we're not going to criticize you, but I want to know why. I couldn't watch it.
They should win a prize.
Well,
if they did, I mean, my gosh,
it was. I didn't watch enough of it because I got home. We're doing stuff. Put it on, and I'm like, I can't watch this. And then my wife said, "Well, let's go to the pool." I've lived in my house for a little more than 3 years, and I've never been to our community pool until last night.
How is it?
It was nice, except for there was too many damn kids. And I didn't think about, like packing a cooler with beer and going down there. It was, it was hot and, sitting outside wasn't there. Let's go check out the pool. I mean, we paid for the thing and it's part of our HOA. Might as well use it.
Right, exactly.
And I would have much rather been swimming with a bunch of kids around in the pool than watching the All-Star game because, one, I couldn't figure out what was going on the television with all the split screens
right.
and everything like that. To me, it was just awful.
Well, it's cringe right now, is it not? I mean, the stuff surrounding any All-Star game just it sucks. I mean, it really kind of does. I don't care whether that's football, basketball, baseball, obviously. Hockey's got their skill challenge. That can be entertaining. But I don't know what these major league sports do about their All-Star breaks. Now, I mean, at least there is something on the line tonight, although the National League can't ever beat the American League.
Actually, I don't think that's true anymore.
Is it not true anymore?
I don't think that's true anymore. They don't. The All-Star game winner doesn't get home field anymore. I think they did away with that.
Well, there you go. Now what do they play for?
Well, it used to. Their slogan was "It means more." So now I think it means less, or it doesn't mean a damn thing. I remember.
No, is the answer to that?
Well, I mean, I think about. I've gone to a couple of All-Star games, and the home run derby in person is worse than on television. Even with the new speed up clock as opposed to the 10 outs, it's a tough watch. Now on our YouTube channel, and you can subscribe to the SA Sports Star YouTube channel, Amon says, I watched the whole thing. I'm a sports junkie, and it's much better than the other major sports all-star festivities. See, and I don't know. I mean, watching it on television, it was hard to see all the home runs, where the balls were landing, how far they were actually going, except for that kid that got hit in the face that I saw in Sports Center, right? Yeah. But I look at it like the three-point contest has overtaken the slam dunk contest. I will say, at least in Major League Baseball, they do have stars that are competing in the home run derby, unlike the NBA stars that refuse to participate in the slam dunk contest.
Well, what else can they do in the slam dunk contest that you haven't seen before?
Well, I haven't seen them do it.
I don't care if it's LeBron James or Wemby or Giannis.
You can still do things and get wowed by them.
Not really.
Yes.
No.
I mean, yes.
I don't watch any of that. And I'm a sports junkie too, Iman. I mean, I am. I love sports, but I actually like to watch sports that mean something. So, and none of these things do. I don't know. I mean, it's home runs according to Joshua, right?
Well, I mean, and again, watching a lot of guys hit home runs. It's seeing the highlights of the 41, but it wasn't so much the actual contest, right? But the way the TV split screen was, because you're going against the clock. And I didn't like how that presentation was on television. You see, and maybe it's just the way if you're watching a game, I love watching home runs too. It's incredible when you see it. But I want to see the ball travel all the way and see where in the stands it lands. And you couldn't really see that on the part of the TV broadcast that I was watching. Hearing about a guy that hit 41, it's incredible. But at the same time, I just look at it. Now, the game tonight, I'll watch the All-Star game tonight.
Yeah, I'll watch the game tonight. But back to the home run derby for a minute. Now, if they get real pitchers out there, I mean,
here we go.
When we were at the Rangers game, that's all it is. Guys are hitting home runs all over the place because you got Grandpa out there throwing, softballs up there.
Dude, I think the MVP last night was the pitcher for the guy that hit 41, Pena. I mean that's incredible, but because you have to be a bad enough pitcher to serve up that many home runs.
Well, it's nothing to these guys. I mean, it honestly is nothing, and these guys can knock it out of the park.
That's not true either.
When it's batting practice, you get one real pitcher.
You get one guy that hits 10 and one guy that hits 27. It's just. I mean, there is skill to it. It is. I mean, fans go to games early to watch BP because they want to see the home runs and they want to see if they can get some souvenirs. And I get that. I didn't like the overall TV presentation last night.
Okay. I didn't either. And like I say, I mean, you go to I'd rather go to a ballpark pregame and watch guys hit home runs than sit there and, you got the oldest coach in the dugout throwing balls up there that are, they can do whatever they want with it.
Yeah.
That's basically it. So, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't interest me to sit there and watch guys take batting practice for 2 hours.
But it's competition.
Well, sure.
There was a whole trophy involved in everything.
Why don't we get a real pitcher out there and then have one? It doesn't have to be an all-star that's going to compete in the game, but get let's see how many home runs these guys hit.
Do you get the game tonight? And then the second half technically gets underway. One of the great things, and it's a beautiful time of year in Seattle, watching, my wife's from there, so we go there often, annually at least. Best time of year to be in Seattle. And seeing all the different city shots, I mean, it looks glorious. It's going to be a great setting. But I can tell you this, Mariner fans hate the Houston Astros almost as much as Dodger fan hate the Houston Astros. Or Yankee fans hate the Houston Astros. Everything Houston Astros has been getting booed like mad up there in Seattle. And partly because Seattle swept the Mariners out of the playoffs last year on their way to winning a World Series. The question is, will Houston win another one? As much as they've been booed, including the mascot has been booed there in Seattle at the All-Star game, Derek Jeter said yesterday, the Astros are still the team to beat in the American League.
I think, look, people are going to talk about pitching, they're going to talk about hitting, they're going to talk about defense. I still think the Houston Astros are the best team built for the postseason in the American League because they have experience. And you can't say enough about having experience of being there before. And I think once they get to the postseason, which everyone expects them to, that's when they're actually relaxed. And the number one reason for that is Dusty Baker. I mean, Dusty is a calming influence on everyone in that clubhouse. He's a player's manager. You've never heard any player say anything negative about Dusty Baker, and that goes a long way when you get in the pressure-packed moments of a pennant race.
I find that interesting because, the Astros, the way they closed the first half, although kind of stumbled in that series against the Mariners right before the break, they go in only 2 games behind the Texas Rangers in the AL West. Tampa Bay to me is a threat out of the AL East. Nobody in the Central really scares me. So I think it's Tampa Bay and Houston, and I'm excited that the Texas Rangers are actually a part of the conversation.
I am too, but they've been struggling a little bit here as of late. I think I expect the Astros to catch the Rangers, don't you? I mean, in all honesty, I think the Rangers have done a great job. We'll see if their pitching can hold up, see if their sticks can hold up, because, man, that's really what's carried this ball club. Offensively, they've been fantastic, and they got 4 starters in the All-Star game tonight as a result. So, I hope the Rangers can keep this up. I'm sick of the Astros. Want them to go away. Let's have the Rangers in the playoffs and get rid of the Astros for a change. I love this, and I got to hand it to Wookie. You see it on our text line?
Hang on, let me pull that up.
It says, get a real pitcher from the Cardinals and the hitters will still hit 40-plus home runs.
Well, I mean,
he's not lying. Honestly, I can't even argue with him.
Well, and he says on the text line, 210-656-ESPN, I love baseball, but the home run contest is only good for the first round because they get tired and it loses its thrill. Maybe that's it. You get bored with it.
You do.
After so long.
And he's right. I mean, these hitters get tired. A lot of them admitted it last night that they were just gassed.
Josh Young, though, from MacArthur High School, starting tonight for the American League, which is cool. One of the many Texas Rangers. Just seeing an interview he did last night talking about being in the clubhouse with Shohei Ohtani. And I mean, that's what those give me those kind of stories when you get guys that get a little bit out of their comfort zone, because you and I have talked to Josh many times throughout the years. He's like a kid in a candy store. It's like, dude, they're showing. All right, I mean,
this whole season's been a dream for him.
Well, it really.
And then that was the cherry on top last night.
Well, and then you also learn about some of these other players, like who their favorite superheroes are. We'll explain a new definition of superhero that actually makes sense.
It does.
It makes sense. James Pledger is most excited about this, and I don't know why he put on a gold chain, but James Pledger, if you're watching on YouTube,
Fit in with the ball players.
You could see what I have no idea what the hell's going on in the studio because we're out here at the Roof Hub, 281 in Redland Road. Great place to come watch the game tonight. It's the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's Major League Baseball's All-Star Game, live from T-Mobile Park in Seattle.
Play ball, swing and a miss. There's a dozen strikeouts for Shohei Ohtani.
Semien hammers this one to left and a grand slam.
The biggest names in baseball: Ohtani, Mike Trout, Freddie Freeman, and more. It's the 93rd annual Major League Baseball All-Star Game, live from T-Mobile Park in Seattle, tonight at 6, and only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Car wrecks can wreck your life and leave you with medical bills, lost wages, and lasting pain. That's why you should call Hilly & Solis. Hilly & Solis are former prosecutors that know how to fight and know how to win. Contact them at 210-762-6261.
Principal office in San Antonio, Texas. Message brought to you by a non-attorney spokesperson.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing. But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at ooma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Have you gotten your hands on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB yet? Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds offer big, bold flavors like sea salt and cracked black pepper, spicy dill, and Korean barbecue. Bonus, you're going to love the low-carb, high-protein, bacony crunch. Pick up your favorite flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB today. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous. Learn more at southernrecipesmallbatch.com.
Listen up, Texas. The Powerball jackpot is over $600 million. And you can now buy official state lottery games right from your phone with jackpot.com. Get in on the action right now and buy official Powerball, Mega Millions, and Lotto Texas tickets with jackpot.com. Just choose your favorite lottery game, pick your lucky numbers, and get your winnings instantly. Plus, right now, get a free lottery ticket with your first play.
I love playing the lottery, and jackpot.com makes it so easy because you can buy all your tickets right from your phone.
Jackpot.com notifies me right away if I win. It's safe and secure, and I never have to worry about losing my lottery tickets again.
This is the greatest thing ever. I can buy tickets right on my phone for Powerball, Lotto Texas, and other lottery games while I'm sitting on my couch at home.
Don't wait. Go to jackpot.com and buy lottery tickets on your phone. Plus, right now, get a free lottery ticket with your first play. Go to jackpot.com. That's jackpot.com. Jackpot.com.
Paid for by jackpot.com. You must be 18 or older to order a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Sunday, July 23rd, it's the third annual Dive Fest Co-Ed Volleyball Tournament at Dive Bar 6422 Babcock with a $500 grand prize. Register your 6-player team today or sign up for the Cornhole Tournament with DJs all day long. Dive Bar, a free rides venue.
Gomez Law Firm has been taking care of the people of San Antonio for almost 50 years, the leader in personal injury law. Jose, tell us a little bit more about what you do.
We do ride-sharing cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then JoeGomezLaw.com.
We've been around for almost 50 years, and we're not going anywhere.
Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Major League Baseball's All-Star Game. Live from T-Mobile Park in Seattle. Tonight at 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you?
All right, Pledge, what version is this?
This is the original.
That's the original? Why does
I
that
would say.
That doesn't sound like what I grew up watching on cartoons.
Dude, I woke up. I don't remember the voice of the song guy, but I never missed Scooby on Saturday morning.
Well, I mean, Scooby and Tom and Jerry were my cartoons growing up.
Tom and Jerry's
right?
good. Bugs Bunny was in there too.
But James Pledger is Shaggy for a long time. Well, his nickname is Shaggy, right? I don't know if people realize that, but and he loves his Scooby snacks, right? I mean that's what he is,
or anything else.
And I know it's Amazon Prime Day, and I'm guessing James Pledger has figured out how to get a Nick Castellanos jersey or T-shirt or something, because James Pledger has a new favorite player.
Everyone was asked their favorite superheroes. You said Scooby-Doo. I didn't realize Scooby-Doo was a superhero. Can you kind of explain his superhero lore?
I mean, well, first off, he's a dog, right? And he can talk.
Fair enough. Okay.
And he solves mysteries. So I think that a dog that can talk and helps people by solving mysteries, I think is a superhero.
Checks off all the superhero boxes, has special skills, and he helps people.
Correct.
I mean, that's the definition of a superhero, isn't it?
I mean, it sounds like most of our conversations with James Pledger, too. All right, I mean, that's what it is. So I'm curious. Do people have superheroes that most wouldn't look at as a superhero? Because what a great answer that isn't, okay, it's not, Superman or Spider-Man. Who's your favorite superhero? Pledge will go through a list of them, and half of them he's dressed up as for Halloween. No, he's got Halloween solved. He's going to Scooby-Doo because he's a superhero with logic behind the reasoning there from Nick Castellanos there. He's a dog that can talk, that solves mysteries.
Well, I mean, a dog that can talk. I mean, that's really all you have to say.
Well, I mean, there's lots of dogs that can talk.
There is?
Oh, sure.
Who else?
Well,
name one.
There's
yeah, go ahead, Goofy. Pluto.
My lack of cartoon watching is being exposed here. I don't watch.
Look, Scooby-Doo is the man. All right, I mean, honestly.
Well, he's a dog.
Well, he's a dog.
Yes,
but he's the man.
Okay.
The guy. I mean,
what about Shaggy?
Shaggy's good too.
Well, he's the man.
Well, he's the man too. Scooby's fantastic, man. I love Scooby-Doo, and I even watched the remakes with who was the pretty boy that played Fred, and
Freddie Prinze Jr. and Matthew Lillard, and
right. So, and those were even good.
You're jumping into Pledger's wheelhouse here.
I am. That's why I knew he'd know it. But Freddie Prinze, I forgot about him.
You just call him Pretty Boy.
Wasn't
and Pledge knows exactly who you're talking about.
Wasn't he on Scream or something too? Wasn't he in one of those? Or I know what you did last summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen him since. So he obviously don't know what he did last summer because
he laid on a beach counting all his money.
Exactly.
That's what all those guys.
Well, his
did.
dad was famous, that's for sure.
But seriously, I mean, are there some other random superheroes out there that most people will look at you and go, well, you're an idiot. Well, wait a minute. That actually makes sense.
Yeah, because Scooby makes sense. There's no question about it. He's a dog that can talk. Enough said. I hate the Phillies, but I'll tell you what, I'm a fan of their right fielder.
Pledge wore red today just because of that answer.
Yeah.
I mean, Pledge really wants us to play that piece of audio about 19 times today. Just because he loves the song.
Just get some...
which is probably going to end up being his ringtone for a week.
Good stuff.
You know who's Zion?
No, he's really
Zion. Although Zion said something that makes us all a little relatable to him in ways that you didn't know you related to Zion. We'll explain coming up live here at the Roof Hub on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Your home for the Cowboys.
Prescott all the way, runs it in for the touchdown.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Victor Wembanyama is all done with the Summer League out in Las Vegas. He's reportedly back in San Antonio, but his agent spoke up and said that experience with Britney Spears was Wemby's welcome to America moment. Portland general manager Joe Cronin says it could take months before a trade is worked out with Blazers star Damian Lillard. New Orleans Saints running back Alvin Kamara has agreed to plead no contest to a misdemeanor charge.
Sports Center is brought to you by BraintreeNutrition.com. Better sleep, more focus. BraintreeNutrition.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Live out here at the Roof Hub, 281 and Redland Road, just after 3 o'clock, about 4 hours away from the Major League Baseball All-Star Game getting underway. It's happy hour here. So come out and enjoy a Tuesday afternoon at the Roo. Watch a little baseball tonight, and then later tonight you get a Spurs Summer League game that won't include Wemby.
It sure won't. By that time, the Big League Baseball All-Star Game will be, you'll either keep watching or you won't. You won't care or you will. I mean, it's just,
or if you're at the Roo, you can do both.
You can, right? Yeah,
you can do both.
I mean, are you going to watch the Spurs Summer League?
I will probably put it on for a while. I mean, I'm still interested.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, the guys that I care about, I know what they can do. We've seen them play. It's not like you haven't seen them play before. So the other guys won't make the roster. So I don't really care.
Well, I mean, I figure by the time the Spurs get started tonight, the All-Star game's either going to have my attention or it's not. Or even after the game is over. What am I going to start watching that late at night? I'm not going to jump in and try to I'm not really in the middle of watching anything yet. So, by 9:30, 10, 11 o'clock, it's not like I'm going to sit down and try to get a couple of episodes in on, I've got a list of some things that I know I want to watch, like the Bear season 2. I have not watched any of that yet. I'm not going to start it at 10:30 at night. What
was it called?
The Bear.
The Bear.
Have you watched The Bear on Hulu? Holy dude, it's an incredible show.
Is it about a bear?
No.
Oh,
not at all. Not at all.
Is it Jack Nicklaus or what is?
No. We don't have time to get into explaining The Bear. If you guys are watching The Bear, tweet at Joe Reinagel 210 and tell him what he is missing, because that is a good show. Probably one of the top 5-6 shows of the last year. The first season was incredible, and then the second season, I don't even know when it came out. It was not on my radar, and then in the last 2 weeks, when I was on vacation, I saw people posting about it. So, but I've got to be in the right frame of mind to watch the Bear. And when I say that, I'm going to sit down, have a couple hours, maybe get 2 or 3 episodes in to see it, like because I know if I started too late, then I'll be up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning watching TV. It's a well-written show. It's a well-written show.
I'll have to check that out. I don't want to check it. I don't want to start it today.
Yes, Pledge.
Because, I don't know what the hell that was that Pledge was doing. Pledge, you might want to go off camera when you do that again.
I don't mean it like that in that frame of mind, but it would probably help. It would probably help. Hell, let's do the headline blitz. Maybe.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
Somebody hits the bong and then is going to blame the machine for playing the wrong deal. But that's okay. I'm with you, James.
Oh, that's what that was. Oh, okay. I'm glad somebody explained that.
Sometimes, Ryan Eagle. Sometimes.
I've heard of bong in action before, but it didn't snap that that's what that was.
Yes.
I didn't.
Yes.
So now I know I kind of get back into the conversation here.
Well, now we'll go from that to talking about the munchies, which you think about Zion Williamson, and I mean, a couple of years ago, he was the next, right? All the hype, New Orleans drafts him, and to this point, he's been a bust, right?
Yeah,
I mean, he has not lived up to expectations. Part of that is injuries. When he is healthy, when he does play, he is an incredible basketball player to watch.
No question.
But he can't stay healthy.
Nope.
He can't lose weight. People question his work ethic. How much does he care? He's in Las Vegas for the summer league. And a lot of guys, Art's the place to be right now because everybody wants to be near Wemby, right? So he goes on the Gilbert Arenas podcast, and I don't know enough about Zion, quite honestly, but to hear him be this honest surprised me.
Is it hard to diet at your age? Be honest.
This is you. Be real. It's hard, man. Like, I'm 20, 22, got a lot of money. Feel like all the money in the world, man. It is hard, but I'm at that point now where because of certain things, putting back like the wisdom around me, bunch of like I want to say older because they take offense to it. But, I'm just putting people around me with wisdom, put me on game to certain things, and just go from there.
You hear him. It's hard, and
well, he's right. It is hard to diet.
It is hard to diet.
I'll give him that.
He's got all the money in the world, and he's had nothing around him but people that will do whatever he wants to do, right? And you hear him talk about LeBron has the blueprint. I've got to follow that blueprint from LeBron. And that is surround yourself with people that will be honest with you and not tell you what you want to hear. And if he actually can do that and mature a little bit, and quite honestly, all the stuff with what's her name that we've been hearing about, maybe that was the wake-up call that it could end. But forget drive-thrus, and he's in New Orleans where the food is fantastic. But have a little self-control. Yeah, dude, you've got a lot of money, but you are this close to eating your way out. You've got to get into shape. You've got to stay in shape. And if you surround yourself with the right people, not only can you become one of the more dominant players in the NBA that you were expected to be coming out of college, but also with your money, you could build yourself an empire because he's young enough where there are a couple $100 million contracts coming his way if he can get his stuff together.
Yeah, you're great, and I wish you were Zion Williamson, and because you seem to have your head on straight. The problem is with Zion, and the problem with the NBA handing out these massive guaranteed contracts, what does Zion have to work for? I mean, what does he have to worry? He could eat his way through every restaurant in New Orleans 3 times if he wanted to. He's still going to walk away a fat, rich man.
Yep.
I've heard other NBA players say this guy's work ethic is horrible. It started all the way back in college. He doesn't want to work. He's lazy, and you're seeing the result of it. Look, but who cares? He's still got $150 million, whether he plays another minute or not.
But I look at if the light bulb is going off for him, because that might be one of the more honest, mature answers I've ever heard him give during an interview.
What, that he can't diet?
Well, and that it's hard, but he wants to surround himself now with the right people. And so if he actually believes that and does that, and it's taken him a little bit longer to realize that than probably the New Orleans Pelicans franchise and the NBA wished it would have taken, but if actually now and follows through on what he said on the Gilbert Arenas podcast, who knows? Maybe he can turn it around and shed that bust label and become one of the dominant players in the NBA.
Look, I hope so. I hope he can do that. The problem with Zion, and I think the problem with a lot of young kids these days, they're coddled from the moment that anybody senses any talent in them at all.
Yep.
They're coddled. They're spoiled. And that's what's happened to Zion Williamson. He has been handed things his whole life. Look, the guy has got talent beyond belief. There is no question about that. But if you don't have it between the ears, then it doesn't matter how much talent you have. That's been his issue. I hope he gets his act together, and I hope he becomes the player that everybody thought he would become when he was drafted into the NBA. We'll see, but you got to really completely change your lifestyle. And even if there's somebody there holding his hand 24/7, Zion is going to be able to do whatever Zion wants to do.
He's got to mentally make that change. And you've seen some players do it, some players not. And my goodness, it does make you appreciate Wemby a little bit more, the upbringing, everything you're hearing about him, everything that we've learned about him since he officially became a San Antonio Spur, and realize he is a great player, but he's got the right mindset. I mean, the kid passed up going to one of the biggest parties in Las Vegas because he wanted to get proper rest for the game on Sunday night. I mean, I'm 50, and when I go to Vegas, I never get proper rest in Las Vegas, and nor would I have passed up that party even if I had to go to work the next day.
Well, and especially when you're 19 years old.
Yeah.
And you have an opportunity to go to a party like that where there's going to be celebrities and women and all kinds of stuff. Obviously, you're right, and you got to pat him on the back for that. Because of all the stuff that he's done. And we keep saying that he likes this stuff. He likes this stuff. And I think he does. But I think it's at that point in time where it's just been inundated with it that you need a break from it. I think that's what he thought on Saturday. Plus, he was hearing these idiots talk about him being a bust after one summer league game.
Wow.
And, he probably wanted to show them social media sometimes is just the worst.
Uh-huh.
I mean, there were just complete idiots saying this guy, he's a bust.
Yep.
He's a bust.
Yep. I hope there was some sarcasm in some of those tweets.
Well, I hope so, too.
But they were idiotic tweets, to say the least.
No question.
And you look at Zion and Wemby and some of these young stars and the amount of money that they could make over their career, because the NBA is on this upward trend where Adam Silver was asked yesterday, all kinds of things during a press conference he was giving, but he was asking about, there's like that Live fund, that Saudi fund,
right?
Wealth funds becoming controlling owners of the of an NBA franchise, and the way Adam Silver said it, there's no pathway, quote, in the foreseeable future for that. But he went on to say, when you look at the valuations of these NBA clubs, you look at the $4 billion that was just spent on the Phoenix Suns. I mean, Robert Sarver, $4 billion. The Utah Jazz sold for $3.5 billion. Adam Silver's like, we are getting to the point where these franchises are worth more than what most people are going to be able to write a check for. I didn't realize the actual numbers, but to become the majority owner of an NBA team, you have to have 15%. That
15.
That seems incredibly low to be majority, but you get all these different investor groups, and whoever's got that number is one that could have it. But for these funds, they can know right now cannot have more than 5% ownership in any team.
Well, that's incredible. But as you notice, he doesn't rule it out later on. The problem is, and the PGA Tour found this out firsthand, that there is just so much money in Saudi Arabia, in the Middle East in general, and they want to get into the American sports scene. And it's just sometimes very difficult to pass up the money that they just throw around.
Qatar's Sovereign Wealth Fund just purchased a 5% stake in Monumental Sports and Entertainment, which gives them a share of the Washington Wizards, the Mystics, and the Washington Capitals of the NHL. But Adam Silver was saying we need people in communities, in cities that have the controlling interest of a franchise. But as the money gets so much greater, then will somebody be able to write a check, or will it be a fund like that actually ends up with more? But what surprised me is controlling owner of an NBA team has to own at least 15%, 1/5 of the franchise. I thought it would be much higher than that.
Well, and it comes down to what you said at the beginning of this headline, that people just don't have that kind of money anymore. What did the Washington Commanders just go for? $7 billion?
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible. And I think there were, 3 or 4 people involved in that? There could have been more behind the scenes. I don't know. But coming up with that kind of money. So if it's difficult in the NBA, imagine how much more difficult it is to buy a team in the NFL. And so how long is it going to be until a group like the one you're talking about in Qatar coming for the NFL?
Well, and you look at like the LIV and the PGA, it's like the money behind the LIV Tour basically bought golf. When it's all said and done. And there's some news there that they're trying to get Tiger Woods and Rory involved, while the PGA is trying to get Greg Norman out.
I know.
It's like they're trading.
Yeah, Greg Norman's become a pariah in the LIV Tour world. So, yeah, he's probably out. But it's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out. Now the U.S. government, though, is looking into that. What do they say, and what conclusions do they come to when it comes to this so-called merger between the PGA Tour and the LIV Golf Tour?
It's going to be interesting to follow. And you talk about being out. Pat Fitzgerald suspended for 2 weeks, and a weekend goes by, and then he gets fired. And Fitzgerald is firing back now. We'll explain and get into what he knew, what he didn't know as we continue here on the Blitz, live out at the Rue Pub, 281 and Redland Road. You know, injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocation, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. If you're injured, get to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. They're online at tsaog.com.
It's R&R in the morning.
Wednesday on R&R in the morning, we're going to go deep dive on the most important sports of the day. We're looking at marbles. We're looking at cricket. Has anybody checked out the most recent Lithuanian rowing championship? We'll cover that as well. It's a Wednesday sports day on San Antonio Sports Star. Be there.
It's your wake-up call. R&R in the morning, 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Moments like my daughter telling me a new joke mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Nigel, I'm going on vacation. Don't touch anything. I won't let you down. Enjoy your time off, J-Dog. Folks, it's good to take time off, but your home's plumbing and air conditioning, well, when they decide to take a surprise vacation or start working overtime, that's a problem. Call Quarter Moon and we'll get things back on track, working right and at a fair price. Call Quarter Moon 651-5899.
Okay, team, I've supercharged the coffee machine. It's extra hot and dispenses 10 times faster. Allow me to push the button. Quick! Call the plumber!
710-6004, TACLA 000-74345.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
When you're rolling Charmin, don't you soft on the party. This is supposed to roll it back, everybody. Charmin's irresistibly soft and hella nice. The grip is always soft. It's our party vibe. It's crushing up things so your cheeks feel fine. So what? Everybody wanna touch the sky.
Charmin Ultra Soft, irresistibly soft and more absorbent, so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
It's patio season, so get over to the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road to enjoy the great South Texas weather. As always, ice cold beer and specialty drinks, happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6, and the kitchen is open late until 2 a.m. every day. Add the Roo Pub into your lunch rotation. With those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around, you know there is no better place to watch a game, and they always have all the fights. The Roo Pub, next to the Angry Elephant, 281 and Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Get ready for the Diamonds Direct Midsummer Savings Event. Starting Friday, you can take an extra 20% off virtually everything. Rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, and more. You get Diamonds Direct's already unbeatable price, plus an extra 20% off. Thousands of engagement mountings, fashion styles, and wedding bands included. Plus, acclaimed jewelry designers will be in store with an expanded selection. All the latest styles and trends, all on sale. You can't miss this. Diamonds Direct's sizzling summer store-wide sale. Starting Friday. Get details at diamondsdirect.com.
Life moves fast. No one has time for a car, truck wreck, or commercial vehicle accident. At Davis Law Firm, we get it. When you call the force, you don't have to worry about insulting offers from insurance adjusters, property damage, or car rental. With over 25 years experience, we have secured important verdicts and settlements, some in the millions of dollars. I'm Jeff Davis. If you were in a car, truck wreck, or hit by a commercial vehicle, call me at 444-4444. You got it. There's only one number to remember. 4. Attorney consultation by appointment only. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio. Davis Law Firm is a proud official partner, personal injury attorney of the San Antonio Spurs.
Texas, the Powerball jackpot is over $600 million, and you can now buy official Texas lottery tickets right from your phone with jackpot.com. Go to jackpot.com, choose your lottery game, pick your lucky numbers, and get your winnings instantly. Plus, get a free ticket with your first play. Get in on the action. Go to jackpot.com and buy lottery tickets on your phone. Go to jackpot.com. That's jackpot.com, jackpot.com.
Paid for by jackpot.com. You must be 18 or older to order a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Before you fire up that grill, get into Tri-County Meat Market, because a great meal always starts with great meat. Tri-County Meat Market is locally owned and they're full service, believe me, and they've got everything you need to up your grilling game. And now they're featuring MTX beef. Beef raised, fed, and harvested right here in beautiful Central South Texas in our beautiful Texas Hill Country. Tri-County has what you need with quality you expect, and you can always take advantage of the 5 for $25. Head over to Tri-County today, and I know you're going to be thanking me later. Wednesday on R&R in the morning, the All-Star game is done, and that's it. There's no sports. We're going to talk ESPYs, I guess, and some Dallas Cowboys, I suppose, and Victor Wembanyama searching for a house, I guess. Maybe some marbles. We'll figure it out. Now back to the Blitz, who get to sit comfortably at a bar. I'm trying to figure out what to talk about. Enjoy your night, guys.
Did you say marbles?
I'm not really sure.
Why not?
Marbles.
Chicks dig the long ball. Chicks dig the sack.
What?
Yes, they do.
Chicks dig the long ball. Chicks dig the
I
sack.
don't need to hear it again. I'm just trying to think what the hell Rob Thompson was saying or thinking or whatever that topic was. Hey, byproduct of James Pledger is you could say something and then it gets edited completely out of context. I mean,
chicks dig the long ball,
Uh-huh.
and chicks dig the sack. Is that what he said?
Well, let's hear it.
Chicks
I want to
dig
hear it
the
again.
long ball. Chicks dig the sack.
The sack.
Yes.
S-A-C-K.
Sure.
Sack. I'm not sure what he meant, and I'm not going to guess.
Well, like say when a quarterback gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage, maybe that's what he was talking
Well,
about.
I bet I'm sure it was.
Yes.
Of course it was.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Because they clearly like the home run, which, right?
Well, I mean,
The long ball.
Coors Light told us that in the 80s.
Right. And so, yeah, of course,
Or the 90s.
watching quarterbacks get sacked. I get that.
Sure.
Perfect.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. The Blitz out here at the Roo Pub, 281 and Redland Road. There's no easy transition from that to this. But the situation at Northwestern is disturbing on many levels. Now, most locker rooms would be an HR nightmare, especially if you go back before guys being guys. But it feels like I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been in a locker room that wasn't controlled media access, right? But kind of like what we heard about like last year with the Alamo Heights football team, right? We know some form of hazing still goes on at a lot of places. And everything that you think you know about Pat Fitzgerald seemingly is out the window. I don't know what to believe. I have a friend of mine who played at Northwestern, and he was texting me last night, you know, Fitz is like a second father to me. I was there at his opening press conference. I've known him. I mean, just like all of this is telling me, I hope you, and I can't. I can't pick a side yet with where I think this Northwestern situation is. It feels like they did an investigation that determined that he didn't know anything, and he got a 2-week slap on the wrist. Then the student journalist there at Northwestern did what seems like some great enterprising journalism, found some sources, published what they knew, and now Fitzgerald is fired. He released a statement saying, I've got a lawyer, you know, he's got $42 million left on his contract. And the guy that I think I know in Pat Fitzgerald would rather have his reputation back than the $42 million. He doesn't need the money, right?
Right.
But like I was texting with my friend last night that played at Northwestern, I want to believe you, man, but I can't. I believed Art Briles didn't know anything until I found out he did. I didn't think Joe Paterno knew anything, and I believed him until we found out he did.
Yeah.
And coaches know what's going on within their programs. They might not know every specific, but they know what is going on. And with what we read that was happening in the locker room at Northwestern, there's no way that Pat Fitzgerald didn't have an idea of what was happening. And in some are insinuating that he encouraged it. And I don't know what to believe, but I can't pick a side and defend Pat Fitzgerald and say Northwestern was wrong. Now, I think the athletic department and the president handled this all wrong. You give him a slap on the wrist, and then you fire him 3 days later after something else comes out. At some point, that investigation has to have some merit. So I don't like the way the president handled it, but I can't defend Pat Fitzgerald and say, I believe him, because Art Briles and Joe Paterno, who I did think didn't really know anything, well, it turned out they did.
Well, if he didn't know anything, he should be fired for that, because he's the head coach. You ought to know exactly what's going on. And you can't tell me that an assistant coach or somebody wouldn't have told him this is going on. What happened was, and along with the hazing, there were accusations of sexual assault, okay, which has no business anywhere. much less a college football locker room. So this is where it gets, for me, pushes it way over the line. And what happened to Pat Fitzgerald should have happened to Pat Fitzgerald. Now, if he wants to have a lawyer and sue Northwestern and they want to get into a match like that, that's great. We'll get more of the truth out. Problem is, look, I don't mind a little good-natured hazing. I think in team sports, there's nothing wrong with it. But you don't cross the line. You don't hurt people. You don't physically, where it actually hurts them. And you sure as hell don't sexually assault somebody.
Well,
that's not hazing.
I mean,
that's just a crime.
A swirly, getting dumped into the trash can, getting taped to a goalpost.
Sure.
Funky haircuts.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
That's okay.
I mean, where it crosses the line. And I don't know how people come up with stuff, and some of it's movies, like the Oreo cookies and, or some of what we're hearing at Northwestern. I just, and part of it's a locker room, things that are said in a locker room. I mean, sports is the only place where, you can smack somebody's ass and that's a compliment, not an HR complaint, right? I mean, that happens. But generally, you're not going to smack somebody's ass bare ass naked in a shower, right?
No, you're not.
I mean, no, you might get the towel up, but...
Yeah, but this was more serious than that.
Well,
that's
it. I mean, it was it was a little bit more punishment.
Yes.
But also over the length of time, and I don't know, most is if they would have said 10, 12 years ago, not that it was acceptable, but more likely nothing to be said. But in today's world, things can be said so quickly, and an accusation has to be taken so seriously that I'm surprised that if it was been going on that long, that nobody has said something, reported something anytime sooner.
Well, I mean, again, things like that happen because you're told, and you look, you can probably speak to this better than I can, being in the Navy. You can't, and I know damn good and well the answer to it, and you're going to agree with me. There was hazing going on in the Navy.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely there was. And in every branch of military, it happens. With teams like the Navy, military, you're a team. You haze, but you keep it in-house because that's what you're taught to do. High school football, many moons ago when I played, there was hazing all over the place.
Absolutely.
You did it. And I was in a fraternity in college. Hazing. It happens. I don't mind some good-natured hazing, but when it comes to doing some of the things that they're accused of doing at Northwestern, that completely crosses the line. There's no place for that. And Fitzgerald, there's no way you can convince me that he didn't know what was going on. He turned a blind eye, as did Joe Paterno, as did Art Briles, and they need to go.
That's with Pat Fitzgerald, and I think because Pat Fitzgerald has the reputation that he does. Same with Art Briles. Same with Joe Pa.
Yeah.
You're like, there's just no way. There's no way that a guy like that knew and let it go, right? And I look at Art Briles. Hell, he was winning, and they were building that new stadium, right? You turn a blind eye to win games. But it's not like they were winning at Northwestern. Right? I mean,
well, Fitzgerald's the most successful coach they've ever had.
Yeah, what does that tell you?
It tells you that they don't win a lot at Northwestern.
And he's been there 17 years.
But again, the problem is, and especially when I go with Briles, because I was the same way, big Art Briles fan. And I thought what he was doing at Baylor was fantastic, and I loved it. And I couldn't believe that he had anything to do with any of this. But when you find out that he does, and there were young ladies whose lives were ruined because he wanted to win football games, then, I mean, that's just sick.
Yeah.
That's just sick. And if it comes to this with Fitzgerald and then Joe Pa the same way, how many lives were ruined because of what was happening there? And because you don't want to, stop losing football games, that's when you cross the line, and that's when I have a problem with it.
Did you see what you needed to at a Wemby in Las Vegas? We'll dive into that as we continue here on the Blitz, live out at the Rue Pub, 281 and Redland Road. Got the All-Star game on tonight. Spurs Summer Leaguers without Wemby. They're going to be playing tonight. You know, if there's a big event, big game, this is the place to be, the Rue Pub at 281 and Redland Road with those 3 massive 120-inch screens, TVs all around. And when you show up at the Rue, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. They got the Wemby burger on the menu all the time. Now you can come over here, get the Wemby burger, one of their 15 other great burgers on the menu, great chicken sandwiches. Their wings are fantastic, the biggest and best wings in town. I love their fried shrimp. In fact, had that for lunch, and their onion rings. Joe had some chili cheese fries, which are fantastic. They got great salads, according to James Pledger. The Rue Pub, 281 and Redland Road. Happy hour from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Rue Pub, 281 and Redland Road, right next to the Angry Elephant. We'll see you at the Rue.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail, the ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
School on! Save on!
Back to school is on, and Staples has great prices on everything you need for your best year yet. Save on notebooks. Save on headphones and laptops. Save on pens, markers, and all the essentials. And right now at Staples, save up to 60% on select notebooks, markers, and more. School on, save on at Staples, where school savings are always. Prices may vary in-store and online.
Hold up. You're using Swiffer Power Mop? What would Mom say?
Oh, she'd be like, a mopping bucket is the only way to deep clean your floors. And I'd be like, Mom, this is the new Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one that gets you a mop and bucket clean in half the time.
She'd never believe you.
I'd say, look, the solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket. And the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get into grout lines. That's why you're the smart one.
Really?
What? Mom said it.
The new Swiffer Power Mop. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Ooma?
Yep, switching to Ooma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at ooma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-497-9090. That's 800-497-9090. 800-497-9090.
Okay, next time you're at the store, I dare you to not think about the unmistakable fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent and because you have zero resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring at Walmart today.
At Lowe's, we're always bringing pros more ways to save. Right now, get up to 40% off select bathroom faucets and vanities. Plus, buy Southwire Romex Simple 12-gauge indoor wire at our everyday low price of $109. Head to your local Lowe's or visit us at Lowe's.com for more deals you can't beat. Because Lowe's knows savings, Lowe's knows pros. Valid 7/6 through 7/12 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. U.S. only.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/FREE. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Live out here at the Roo Pub, 281 and Redland Road. You can always be a part of the show. You can tweet or thread at Joe Reinagel 210, at Jason Minix. You can dial up or call or text 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. If you're watching on YouTube, you can comment there. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. When you see Joe, no, he's not trying out for
Major League 3?
Major League 3.
I don't know.
You started pointing at yourself. I wasn't sure what you were actually going to do. You've got these what was his name? The Charlie Sheen?
Ricky Vaughn.
I always want to say Bobby, and I know it's not right. And glasses on.
I do have the Wild Thing glasses on. Not quite as cool, and I don't have the skull and crossbones in the middle like the Wild Thing, but I'm working it. Just recovering from little eye surgery out at Parkhurst New Vision. Good deal. Told me to wear it. I'm just following doctor's orders.
That's it. Doctor's orders, man. You got the look going on, man. You know, you got rolled out of surgery yesterday, and you look more like the Terminator with those shades on. Little Joe Cool as you were coming out of the operating room. So, I mean, this is an improvement.
I think it's great. I've got sunglasses to match. So I gotta keep the shades on indoors or out. And these are, I guess, they're special glasses to keep the UV rays at bay.
Yes.
So, you know, cool. Modern technology. Who would have thunk it?
Dude, it's pretty incredible. But I know you were out yesterday because the surgery yesterday morning. So Wemby plays in 2 games in Las Vegas, which is what we all anticipated.
Right.
And I still maintain that wasn't the Spurs' plan. That was the NBA's plan. 2 games, and they shut them down. Did you see what you wanted to see, what you needed to see from Wemby in those 2 games?
I did, yes. I mean, I did. Look, as much as you can tell in summer league games, you know the kid can play basketball, all right? He struggled in that first game Friday night because, well, he looked like he didn't know what the hell he was supposed to be doing.
And he said as much.
Right, so you can see that. He comes back after getting hammered on social media by a bunch of keyboard warriors who have no clue what they're talking about. You know, he's a bust. He's a bust. I mean, it's just stupidity 101. It's just stupid. Then he comes back and he has a pretty good game. Look, we're not going to be able to judge Victor Wembanyama until he goes through an NBA season, until he plays some games against NBA talent night in and night out. The Summer League ain't it. I mean, there's some players that are playing NBA, but you're not going up against Draymond Green, LeBron James, Giannis. I mean, you're not going up against guys like that yet. The judgment will come later.
But you saw enough, minus the shooting performance in game 1, and you saw everything else, the IQ, the passing. Shot will come, and we know he can shoot. He comes back, and he has a great stat line in his second game. But what if he was 2 for 10 in that second game? Do you think the Spurs would have kept them out there and kept them active to play tonight, or was it have a good game and go? And I'm with you. I think that was just part of the plan, that he's going to play these 2 games that are on national TV because the NBA wants that, and we're going to shut them down, let them get some rest. The question really becomes, I'm sure the Spurs saw what they wanted to see. They knew what they were getting. That's why they went through hell to try to win the lottery, which they did. But how do they build around them now? And this becomes the $1 million question. The Spurs' action so far this offseason through free agency backs up everything that Brian Wright and Greg Popovich said that they were going to do. It's a slow process. Even though they've got all kinds of money to go spend and they've got to hit the floor, it's a slow process. ESPN's Kevin Pelton talked about the Spurs' plan moving forward with how they're slowly going to build this thing.
This is a team that's building kind of slowly. I think one of the mistakes a lot of teams make when they get a prospect like this is that, okay, all of a sudden we got to try to win right now. We got to build up and add veterans. And San Antonio hasn't taken that approach this offseason. Their moves have been smaller for, adding Reggie Bullock and getting a pick swap in 2030 out of that deal with the Dallas Mavericks. I thought was a really great move for them. And I think they're going to take a look at, they've got a lot of young talent, 3 first-round picks from last year before Wemby, Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell with some young building blocks as well. See where this group is in a year, and then let's maybe figure out how we push the pedal and start to try to win seriously.
Yeah, here's the deal with this guy, and with all due respect to Mr. Pelton there, nobody knows what the hell the Spurs are going to do. You just don't. And if anybody thinks that they do, you're fooling yourself. If the Spurs going to take it slow, maybe so, but maybe the Spurs already feel like they have a pretty good foundation. Maybe they don't need to go and make wholesale changes just to satisfy whomever, guy like Kevin Pelton or Joe Reinagle. It doesn't matter. Maybe that foundation that they've got, and I quite frankly think it's a pretty good one. Johnson and Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, I think that foundation is there. I agree with seeing what Wemby can do, letting him get his feet wet, and then going all in. But I think you're foolish if you wait 3-4 years before you try and do something with this young man and not try to win a championship. I don't care what you want to call it. I heard him this morning calling it a project. And then instead of following the process, it's the project now.
Who said that?
Well, Rudy and Rob were saying it this morning. I guess Wemby said it on somewhere. All right. Whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter. Hey, I'm a basketball fan of the San Antonio Spurs. They are a professional basketball team. I don't want to wait 2 or 3 years. I want to go for the gusto. Let's go now. Let's do it.
It's interesting because I'm with you. Now, it was Pledge and Rob this morning.
That's what it was.
But Pledge that early in the morning sounds like Rudy because he hadn't had all this coffee. I look at the idea that what the Spurs have said. Do they take this year to see what they really have and what do they really need to put around Wemby? Or do they accelerate things? And I do think there is a plan, and that plan they're following now. We've seen that with what they haven't really done. No big splash in free agency. But then I've got Dame and Lillard sitting right over there. And now I love Dame, and I like the idea, but I don't like the contract, right? But the fact that dude has not been traded yet makes me wonder if there's something on the back burner. And there is a reason the Spurs announced a 5-year contract for Greg Popovich, because they haven't done that in recent memory. He's been year to year. Hell, even with the 5-year contract, he's still year to year. But and I think most of us that follow the Spurs have said, as long as he's healthy, he's going to continue doing this. His post-basketball plans changed several years ago when his wife passed away. He still seems to enjoy it. What else is he going to do? As long as he's having fun, he's going to be the coach. But somebody needed that public commitment that he was going to be there. Was it Dame, who still hasn't been traded? Miami doesn't have what Portland wants. The Spurs could put together and a package that would satisfy the wish list of the Portland Trailblazers. And Portland is in no hurry to make Dame happy. In other words, they're not going to take less to send him to Miami. In fact, their GM, Joe Cronin, said, Dame, I haven't talked to him since he demanded a trade. We have not talked, but this thing could take a while to put together.
I think what I've learned more than anything is patience is critical. Like, don't be reactive. Don't jump at things just to seemingly solve a problem. I think the teams that have ended up in the most positive situation post-trade have been the ones that have been really diligent and taking their time and been not been impulsive, or, the teams that really kept their urgency under control. So I think that's how my approach has been with this and will be with this, is we're going to be patient. We're going to do what's best for our team. We're going to see, how this lands. And if it takes months, it takes months.
If it takes
I'm going to stand up and applaud Joe Cronin. That is exactly what he learned in GM school, exactly what he's supposed to say to the letter. Great job, Joe. That was fantastic. You sent the message out to everybody. All the other GMs are looking at their books going, he did it right there.
Yep.
Now let's send him our proposal, because he doesn't mean it.
Well, and again, if he means that, then probably the Spurs or the Utah Jazz can give him the picks that he's looking for and a couple of players.
Or a bunch. I just don't see him coming to San Antonio.
Well, again, the only way I see Dame coming to San Antonio is if there is another veteran player that ends up here with them, right? And you've got the commitment from Pop. It would accelerate what the Spurs plan apparently is, which is, let's see what we've got this year and then go next year to start trying to win championships sooner rather than later. Because, Dame, to sign off on San Antonio, even though he doesn't have a no-trade clause, he would be in the same situation that he's in Portland. But the Spurs have the money, the draft capital, and some of the younger players that other teams find would speed this up in a hurry, and you get that veteran presence around Wemby.
Dame Lillard would be outstanding in San Antonio. I'd love to see it happen. It ain't happening. It's not going to happen. Maybe the Spurs were sending a message to I don't know, somebody, but Dame Lillard's not coming to San Antonio. Now, I can see San Antonio being a part of a deal that gets Dame Lillard to Miami, because that seems to be the only way Miami's going to get it done. But they've done that before.
They need 3 or 4 teams maybe involved for Miami to get there.
They've done it before with LeBron James and that group that they had there that won championships. It's happened before in Miami, and Pat Riley's the guy to get it done.
He will get it done. You know the old saying, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas?
I've heard that.
Yeah, I don't think that's true anymore. Social media.
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw a naked man on a poker table?
Whoa. Well, just last week.
I don't even want to know what was happening down in Mississippi, but we're going to tell you what was happening last night in Las Vegas as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, we tell you all the time, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. Somehow you can do a lot of things in Vegas, but streaking naked through a casino and dancing on a poker table, that's not allowed there. You find yourself in that situation, you get arrested, you know somebody that gets arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, you know the best way to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text the word bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds, because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, standing on a poker table, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
It's Major League Baseball's All-Star Game, live from T-Mobile Park in Seattle.
Play ball, swing and a miss. There's a dozen strikeouts for Shohei Ohtani. Semien hammers this one to left and a grand slam.
The biggest names in baseball: Ohtani, Mike Trout, Freddie Freeman, and more. It's the 93rd annual Major League Baseball All-Star Game, live from T-Mobile Park in Seattle, tonight at 6, and only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's your last chance to shop July 4th savings at Lowe's. Right now, save on select major appliances. And when you buy more, you save more. Get up to an additional $1,000 off select major kitchen appliances. Plus, right now, when you buy a Craftsman V20 string trimmer or blower for just $99, you'll get a select Bear tool free. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 7/12. Appliance savings vary based on purchase amount. Buy more, save more. Valid on appliances $396 or more. While supplies last. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for details.
Right now at Wendy's, when you buy either a Dave's Single, Spicy Chicken Sandwich, Medium Frosty, or 10-piece nuggets, you can get another for just $1. Your dollar never tasted so good. So it's obvious what everyone will get, right?
Definitely nugs
Spicy
and
chicken
a Frosty.
sandwich,
Dave's Single and a Frosty for me.
and a Frosty. Okay, who said Frosty and a Frosty? Pick your obvious choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, buy one, get one for $1.
Limited time only. Price of participation may vary. U.S. Wendy's valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined in a combo or any other offer.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocation, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
At the Home Depot, we'll get your kitchen clicking with savings on top brand appliances like a new LG CounterDepth Max refrigerator with ultra-large capacity on the inside and a seamless look on the outside. Or an LG oven with built-in air fryer for crispier, healthier cooking. Plus, with convenient shopping in-store and online at the Home Depot, your innovative new appliances are just a click away, too. Final days to get special buy savings plus up to $1,000 off select kitchen appliances like exclusive LG kitchen package at the Home Depot. Ends July 12th.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get ready for the Diamonds Direct Midsummer Savings Event. Starting Friday, you can take an extra 20% off virtually everything. Rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, and more. You get Diamonds Direct's already unbeatable price, plus an extra 20% off. Thousands of engagement mountings, fashion styles, and wedding bands included. Plus, acclaimed jewelry designers will be in store with an expanded selection. All the latest styles and trends, all on sale. You can't miss this. Diamonds Direct's sizzling summer store-wide sale. Starting Friday. Get details at diamondsdirect.com.
Major League Baseball's All-Star Game, live from T-Mobile Park in Seattle, tonight at 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live out at the Roo Pub, 281 and Redland Road. Yeah, it's a Tuesday, but we got the All-Star Game tonight.
It's 7-11, too, and I hear it's Rudy J's birthday.
It is Rudy, but Rudy J, like a sorority girl, will celebrate all week.
Well, all month, I think.
Oh, yeah,
I think he's been celebrating for 11 days thus far, and then, yeah, he'll be celebrating. But happy birthday, Rudy J. I hope you're having a great one.
You know, I would like to say, although I know this isn't true, you know, maybe he'll fire up the grill tonight, throw something out there.
Nah.
It wouldn't be Rudy J. If you have fired up your grill, you got some great meat, you know you took photos of that great meat on your grill, make sure you upload those to sasportstar.com, the Grilling with the Blitz page, because on Thursday we're going to judge your meat and give away a $50 gift card to Troy County Meat Market.
It's a great prize, and we enjoy judging meat, so it works out great for everybody.
Now, trying not to be in the fifth grade here, but
that's all right. You normally are anyway.
Headline: The Vegas naked streaker who fought a one-legged man before dancing on top of a poker table has been identified.
Nice. I'm sure he's thrilled about that. I saw his mugshot.
One long headline.
Well, that is typical Vegas, isn't it? Naked streaker, one-legged man dancing on a poker table. That just screams Las Vegas.
Oh, have you ever seen that?
No.
I mean, unless you actually paid for it. I've never seen a naked streaker fighting a one-legged man in Las Vegas.
Although
I've seen all kinds of stuff down on Fremont Street, but never that. And normally it would cost you $1 for the photo.
Well, you know, in Vegas, though, that you might get pretty good odds on the one-legged man.
Well,
who knows?
Some guy named Brian Danilchek from West Babylon, New York. He's got a Vegas story to tell everybody. I don't know what he was on, but as I'm following this story, he got into a fight with a one-legged man at the bar inside the Flamingo.
The Flamingo.
He started at the Flamingo. He then ended up running through the link, which is right next door, naked.
Yeah.
Right. He took off all his clothes and was running through the link naked. And he was yelling and stuff. And then he made his way to Harrah's and started dancing on top of a poker table where he was gyrating, if you will.
Gyrating.
Gyrating. And finally, security grabbed him. And
I would as long as we're gambling, I would bet that as he's running through the link, nobody gave a damn and probably didn't even look up from the blackjack table.
Well, you know, based on the number of people that got photos or video of him, a lot of people noticed him.
Yeah, and you can't do that at the blackjack table.
Well, I mean, it's interesting. There's been some weird Vegas stories the last several days. Stranger than normal.
It was the one-armed man.
Well, one-legged, but don't let facts get in the way of a good story. I mean,
but would you really be surprised if you were in one of those hotels and saw that happen? I would not. I mean, if that happened here in San Antonio, yeah, I'd be like, oh my gosh, do you see what happened? In Vegas, you're like, oh, geez, okay, it's Vegas.
Well, and again, fight with a one-legged man.
I want to see that.
That video?
Yes. Nobody's got that video.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's somewhere.
I want to see that.
I really don't want to see him dancing on the poker table.
No, I don't either.
As tight as security is in Las Vegas, that guy made it through 3 different casinos. And
That's because nobody gives a damn.
Well, I mean, security was chasing him, right?
I don't know. Is it like a jurisdiction thing? You leave the Flamingo, so those security guards say, hey, it's not my problem anymore. Then it turns into the Lynx problem. Those security guards let him go, and then it goes to Harrah's. And so they have to deal with it.
But if you think about that area, right, you've got the deal over there where the big Ferris wheel is,
yeah.
right over there. So you've got that whole food court.
Yeah.
And then you've got that place where there's the live music right outside
sure.
of the link. I mean, there was a lot going on in that area. I mean, and hell, he probably ran past the piano bar where those 2 twins are always playing. I mean,
you see a lot more of the outside than I do when I'm in Vegas.
Well, because it's right next to the Ruth's Chris where the piano bar is.
Nobody gave a damn. That's why it took so long. It's like, yeah, it's another naked dude running through Vegas. That happens every day.
It's the fight with the one-legged man.
That's what I want to see.
It wasn't me. It was the one-armed man.
Legged.
What happens in Vegas is always a lot of fun.
It doesn't stay in Vegas anymore, that's for sure.
No.
KTFM Floresville. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Blitz. 2 to 6 on YouTube and always at sasportstar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
New Orleans Saints running back Alvin Kamara pleads no contest to a misdemeanor charge of breach of the peace for a Las Vegas nightclub beating. That means there's no felony charge. He will play this year. Going to pay the victim $100,000. Major League Baseball All-Star Game takes place tonight in Seattle. American League has won the last 5. You can hear that game right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Joe Reinagel.
For the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Live out at the Roof Hub, 281 and Redland Road. Major League Baseball All-Star Game is tonight. You know there's no better place to come watch the game than at the Roof. Plus, you've got the Spurs playing a Summer League game tonight. No Wemby, but Spurs are still playing.
They are still playing, and it's a 9:30 tip, is it not?
Yeah.
Now, the Spurs are 1-1, correct? So what do they have to be to get into the finals? Remember Becky Hammond won the whole thing one time?
I don't know.
And,
that's
what I'm saying. Do you care?
It's like trying to figure out the in-season tournament. I don't know. Talk to me in November.
I don't really.
All I care about is for the Spurs Summer League team is Wemby. And in 2 games, and he's done, Wemby will not be the Summer League MVP. And so if he's not going to be the Summer League MVP, I just have a hard time caring at this point.
Well, I mean,
I kid.
Of course, right? But, I mean, look, if Wemby's there, you're going to watch.
Yes.
And that's why people watched. And that's why ESPN says this weekend was the most watched Summer League event they've ever had.
Well, second most.
I'm talking about overall.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Overall, it was. And so, look, I've seen the guys that are going to be Spurs play. I know what they're going to do. Maybe I tune in to wire. It's just not. I mean, maybe some guys will, but look, at this point in time, I'm looking forward to seeing what Wemby can do against what I'm looking forward to do. And I wish we could just fast forward to that. Because that's when the judgment will begin. He's either going to be a great player. It may take him a while. We need to be patient with him. Or it may not. He may fit right in and get the hang of it and be like he was on Sunday night.
You know, the Spurs could be 2-0 if Malachi Branham and Julian Champagnie had the games like they had in Sacramento or even on Friday night. They didn't have that on Sunday night. Just Wing It says on our YouTube channel, he wants to see those guys bounce back from an off game. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can comment there, subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. You can tweet at Joe Reinagel 210. You can tweet or thread at Jason Minix. Dial up 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. I look at like when you think about Wemby and some of the idiots on social media that think the Spurs shut him down because he had a good game. And so, all right, you got the bad game out of your way. You had a good game. Let's shut you down so you don't face more. Stop. It was always the plan to play 2 games. And I think if the Spurs had it their way, he wouldn't have played any games in the Summer League, but the NBA wanted him to be there. So, I don't know. We'll talk more about Wemby and the Spurs coming up here on the Blitz. But, this time of the year, you've got the All-Star game tonight. You've got then tomorrow the ESPYs, because it's that time of the year in the calendar where there's just not a lot of live sports going on. So it's like list season at ESPN and everybody else, whether ESPN, Pro Football Talk, Pro Football Focus, SI, NBC. I mean, everybody's doing all their lists because it's that time of year. And with websites, they got to create content. And for us, it creates content because we look at the list and we wonder who the hell put these things together, right?
Right.
So the ESPN list today is about the top 10 corners in the NFL. Now, you look at it and you go, all right, let's see. All right, go scroll down. All right, Diggs is in here at number 8. That seems about right.
Well, he was 10 last year, so he's moving up on that list, apparently. So that's good. Look, Trayvon Diggs, he's a what? It's an all or nothing for Trayvon, in my mind, right? I mean, he's a gambler. There's no question about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. If he would learn how to tackle, I'd be a bigger fan.
Sure.
That's all I care about. And the guy needs to learn how to tackle.
He does. But, again, he's a risk-reward guy.
He is.
And I think last year he did a better job of not risking it as much. And his interception numbers were down, but I think overall he was a better corner. And, he had a lot of pass breakups. So, I mean, he's about right. He is a top 10 corner. The guys that put these together, I mean, Marshawn Lattimore with the Saints is at number 7. Marlon Humphrey with Baltimore is at number 6. Darius Slay with Philadelphia at 5. Alexander out of Green Bay is at number 4. Jalen Ramsey at number 3.
Should be a Cowboy, Jalen Ramsey.
All right, should be. Sauce Gardner at number 2. And Pat Surtain at number 1. Hard to argue with that.
I would put Darius Slay a little higher on that list, I think.
I mean, well, that's it. I mean, I might move some of these guys around, but I don't know that I'm thinking anybody is in the top 10 that shouldn't be there. The one that I was kind of surprised to see and excited about is honorable mentions. Tariq Woolen with the Seattle Seahawks after his incredible rookie season, UTSA's own. And probably next year, if he has a great sophomore year, he's probably going to be in that top 10. He is that good of a player.
Well, I think so, too, and I think you could have made a case to put him in this year. I mean, he had a tremendous rookie season, and happy for him. And you're right. I think he only improves. And it's good to see that. I'm just happy for that kid. Passed him by. Everybody did. Finally, Pete Carroll snagged him in the 5th round. But happy for Tariq Woolen and happy to see what he's doing there in Seattle.
And Stephon Gilmore was one that also received votes. So you've got Diggs at number 8 and Gilmore now in receiving votes. So in the but in the conversation, and
sure,
and that is what one of the things that I think will bode well for the Dallas Cowboys defensively this year is they've had Diggs and a liability, and with Gilmore liability, better coverage on the back end. Does that lead to more sacks for either a Micah Parsons or a DeMarcus Lawrence?
Well, that's the plan.
Yeah.
That is the plan, to give those guys a little more time to get to the quarterback for sure. Obviously, they've improved. I mean, Stephon Gilmore, I don't think anybody's going to question that move by the Cowboys. It was big. He's a veteran guy. Hopefully he's got, some left in the tank. Everybody seems to think he does. Looking forward to seeing him. And then if Trayvon continues to improve, and I say that tongue in cheek, but he does need to learn how to have more contact in the backfield. And I think that will come. Maybe it comes after he gets his contract. I don't know, but he's certainly top 10, if not higher than that. So if their offense can come along, Cowboys have a great chance to really make some noise this year.
Well, and honestly, the offense can't take a major step back with Mike McCarthy calling plays, but the defense has gotten so much better that with what we've seen from the offense the last several years, I don't know if they have to be better, because remember there was a time where that Cowboys offense had to score 30 points a game to give the Cowboys a chance to win.
And they would still lose.
It will be because the defense would give up 35.
That's exactly right.
That's not the case anymore, or shouldn't be the case with the defense that the Dallas Cowboys have. And so when you hear Mike McCarthy talking about he wants to run more, he wants to make sure the defense is rested, he doesn't want to, light up the scoreboard the way Kellen Moore did. But that the priorities have changed because the defense has gotten so much better that ball control, defense gets stops, ball control, run the clock. Clock is your friend if you're on offense. You shorten that game and have lower scoring games, better chances to win those games. I think that's the plan going in for the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, yeah, and I think it's a great plan, and I think that's what they need to do. I still have some questions about that running back room.
Yeah.
The Cowboys must think that Malik Davis is ready to come out. that he is the guy that can come out. He's just been biding his time, and now it's his turn to shine. Because Tony Pollard, and he's going to be healthy, and I have no doubt that he's going to run the football well. But still, in this day and age, certainly, you need more than one running back. And the Cowboys, at least on paper, I mean, I know they draft the kid out of Kansas State, but he's not that.
Well, Vaughn is 5'5".
Exactly.
And what they don't have in that running back room right now is that short yardage guy. They don't have that 3rd and 1, first, second, and goal from the 1 yard line. And that is where Zeke Elliott was so dominant last year. Still, and again, for his contract price, I'm not saying that they messed up letting him go. He's still available. I don't see him coming back, but they don't have that short yardage guy unless they're going to get cute and use a tight end in that situation, a defensive player in that situation, some sort of weird jumbo package. But because the last thing I expect to see from the Dallas Cowboys are quarterback sneaks. I just don't see Dak Prescott in year 8 being that guy in every short yardage situation, as they're going to let him stick his neck in there.
Well, I wouldn't think so. You got to figure, look, none of these running backs that are out there have been taken yet.
Yeah.
So you got to figure at some point in time there's going to be a run on these guys that are out there floating around. I don't think Zeke comes back to the Cowboys, but certainly you could see a guy like, I don't know, I'll throw out a Leonard Fournette, perhaps, as your short yardage guy. He's a big bruiser. I don't know. Ronald Jones is not the guy. I worry of anything that we've talked about over the last few weeks, and as we get just a little under 3 weeks until training camp, which is nice. That's the only part that I really have a concern about at this point in time, is that running back room.
Yeah, no insurance policy if Pollard gets hurt.
Yeah,
None.
absolutely.
None. Live out here at the Roo Pub, 281 and Redland Road. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Pat Fitzgerald fired at Northwestern, but he is firing back. We'll dive into the situation up there at Northwestern as we continue here on the Blitz. If you're having any issues with your air conditioner, you know what it's like outside right now. Not the time of year you want your AC to go out. If it does, one company to call, and that is Quartermoon. We're dealing or a plumbing issue, no better company than Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC at 210-651-5899. At Quartermoon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. At Quartermoon, they do not have commissioned sales reps. They'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau, and they are green certified. 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
It's R&R in the morning.
Wednesday on R&R in the morning, we're going to go deep dive on the most important sports of the day. We're looking at marbles. We're looking at cricket. Has anybody checked out the most recent Lithuanian rowing championship? We'll cover that as well. It's a Wednesday sports day on San Antonio Sports Star. Be there.
It's your wake-up call. R&R in the morning, 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
It can be stressful when unexpected expenses come up, but Dave can help. Dave is the banking app that could help you get up to $500 instantly with extra cash. No interest, late fees, or credit check. Join the millions of people who have downloaded Dave and get up to $500 instantly with extra cash. Download the Dave app right now or go to dave.com. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Instant transfer fees apply. Banking services provided by Evolve. Member FDIC.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun. So you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard.
It's perfect.
Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
The Golf Club of Texas has some of the best course conditions with the friendliest staff. The golf is great. They have a lighted driving range and practice area. While it feels like a country club, it's not a private club. It's open to the public, so bring the family into the 10 Cup Bar. It's the nicest sit-down restaurant in that area of SA, specializing in Texas food, wine, and spirits. For golf or dinner, go to Golf Club of Texas off Highway 90, online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
For over 17 years, the award-winning legal team at George Salinas Injury Lawyers has been representing personal injury victims all across Texas. Have you been injured in an accident? George Salinas is ready to represent you with free consultations, 24/7 availability, and no attorney fees unless we win. George Salinas Injury Lawyers will help you get the results you need so you can focus on recovery. If you've been injured, one call could change your entire case. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers, 210-225-0909, or visit georgesalinas.com.
George gets justice. Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo and auto security headquarters, has a smoking hot deal. Purchase any Mother's Window Tint, car stereo, remote start, or car alarm and get a 1-month free membership to the CFL Smoke Shop's private Amsterdam Club, located next to Mother's on 281 North. Enjoy your gummies in comfort while you get your windows tinted with any one of our high-quality, fully guaranteed films to stop the blazing hot summer sun from burning up you and your car's interior. MothersWindowTint.com, with stores in San Antonio and Austin. Follow us on Facebook. Add a professional layer of security to your car with our remote start car alarm combo. Make your car go thump, 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 mother thump with one of our subwoofers. Sure. Name brands and expert installation. Remember, do it at Mothers and save.
Wednesday on R&R in the morning, the All-Star game is done, and that's it. There's no sports. We're going to talk ESPYs, I guess, and some Dallas Cowboys, I suppose, and Victor Wembanyama searching for a house, I guess. Maybe some marbles. We'll figure it out. Now back to the Blitz. You get to sit comfortably at a bar. I'm trying to figure out what to talk about. Enjoy your night, guys.
Rob Thompson, inventor of the Ocho for ESPN. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Plenty of sports to talk about here on the Blitz, live out at the Roof Hub, 281 and Redland Road. You can be a part of the show. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 on Twitter, at Joe Reinagel 210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. I'm sure Rob will find plenty to talk about tomorrow morning. And it's interesting because this time of year, after the All-Star game tonight, there's not a lot going on the sports calendar, which is why conferences add in media days. Yeah. The Big 12 media days get underway tomorrow. So we'll hear from the Big 12 coaches. The Big 10 media days are right around the corner as well. And it's going to be interesting to see who represents Northwestern. It's going to be interesting to see how many players Northwestern still has. How many of them are going to try to hit the portal after they fired Pat Fitzgerald. So over the weekend, he was suspended Friday for 2 weeks this time of year, which probably would have gotten him out of media days, right? Which probably wouldn't have bothered him. But 2 weeks this time of year for a coach, that's no big deal. That's not the most severe penalty. Then the student newspaper and some young enterprising journalists there at Northwestern, which has a great journalism school, uncovered some details of the hazing that Northwestern had investigated from an independent investigative company. that basically said Fitzgerald knew nothing about it, which is why he was only given initially a 2-week suspension. But after that reporting, the president of Northwestern came back and last night fired Pat Fitzgerald.
Look, Pat Fitzgerald knew about what was going on. I don't think there's any question about it. And if he didn't know what was going on, he should have been fired for that. He's the head coach. He's got to know what's going on, especially as widespread as the newspaper says that it was. This was happening in the locker room. Where was Fitzgerald, on his yacht? I mean, seriously. I mean, come on. It happened in the locker room. He knew what was going on.
He did. And because it's a private school, kind of like what we dealt with at Baylor, you wonder how much is actually going to get released until it ends up with lawsuits. And Pat Fitzgerald is fired back by hiring some high-priced attorneys because, one, he's owed a whole lot of money on his contract, but two, this is a guy that up until this weekend has had a stellar reputation. I'm reserving judgment, to be honest, because I'm with you. You're the head coach. How did you not know? Well, I believed Art Briles when he said he had no idea, and I've known Art for a long time. Hell, his daughter Jancy used to work for the Cowboys in their PR department. I know Jancy Briles. You know Jancy Briles, Joe. I mean, and it was like, there's no way Art knew what was going on. Turned out he did. Joe Paterno. Joe knew what was going on. So hard for me to sit there and say, yeah, I believe Pat Fitzgerald. I have a friend of mine that played at Northwestern, and he was texting me last night, oh, I hope you just hammer the president. And I'm like, dude, I can't. I believe Art Briles. I believe Joe Paul, and I was wrong. On this one, I can't make any. For I think the president of Northwestern handled this extremely poorly. You either make your decision based on the investigation and you stick with it and defend the punishment that you handed out until further investigations and not what you read in the newspaper come to light. Have another investigation before you fire a guy, knowing that lawsuits are going to be coming, although first sign of hazing at that level with the sexual component of the hazing, you wonder how would Pat Fitzgerald be able to keep his job to begin with?
Well, and that's the thing. Look, I'm okay with a little, good-natured hazing. It's not going to hurt anybody. But if you're doing some things, you're cutting hair, taping guys to goal post, stuff that I deem was time. Remember, the rookies would come out with their goofy haircuts, and hazing is a tradition in team sports. But when it gets to the part where guys are sexually assaulting other guys and making them do things that are just humiliating in a sexual manner, certainly, that's where you draw the line, and it can't happen. It may have happened years ago, but this is 2023. Certainly can't happen now, and I don't condone it. I mean, can you imagine your kid going there? And it's just a thing.
For the record, Pat Fitzgerald's kid is still currently on the roster at Northwestern.
Well, and I bet you he never got hazed.
Well, yeah, coach's kid?
Right.
I look at it, and on our text line at 210-656-3776, Jason A. texts, the rule on hazing is if you wouldn't allow it to be done to your kid, it's not okay. And I think, kind of what you're talking about, Joe, there is a certain amount of hazing initiation that we all know goes on to a degree. And it could be as simple as, the rookies having to bring breakfast, carrying helmets. Right. I mean, there are stuff. But when you cross the line to some of the stuff that has been described at Northwestern, that is very much crossing the line. Although the amount of former players that are saying none of this ever happened is you've got to look at that and say, well, who do I believe? Anonymous sources from a student newspaper or players that will put their name on it and say this never happened. There are going to be guys that are going to protect their coach because they have a relationship with Pat Fitzgerald, and they'll die on that hill defending him. But there are some that would probably say, yeah, you know what, I was a part of that. And, looking back on it, it was wrong. And those guys will say something. And I think that's when we're really going to find out what was really happening at Northwestern.
Well, and that will come out if there is a lawsuit filed. If Fitzgerald goes through with this threat to file a lawsuit, yeah, it'll come out in the court of law because these players will be called to testify. And will they, under oath, lie for their coach? I don't think so. So they'll either tell the truth, and that is the truth, or they won't say anything, and that'll be the end of it. So, I don't know. This school newspaper, there was smoke. There had to be smoke for the initial investigation anyway.
Well, there was a complaint made, and the university immediately hired an investigation. But the investigator, and apparently it was a several-month-long investigation, determined that Pat Fitzgerald had no knowledge of what was going on. That was what the investigation concluded. And that's why he was given a 2-week suspension, because it was happening under his watch, and he probably should have known. And the president releasing a statement saying, yeah, that might have been a little light. Let's reconsider. To go from a 2-week hand slap to fired over the course of a weekend, I don't think the Northwestern hierarchy handled this at all the right way.
Well, I mean, look. New information apparently, or this article in the newspaper, not to mention the fact that the president's phone was ringing off the hook by people that wanted this guy fired. And that's the way it is. So, you buckle under the pressure because there's a lot of that these days. You do something, say something, react a way that some people think you shouldn't. Well, you're going to hear about it. And that's exactly what happened in this case.
But you think about, in today's world, hazing at any level of any type has seemingly stopped. We don't see at Cowboys training camp the rookies getting the weird haircuts. But you do hear about the rookies having to sing. Yeah. Right? And is that hazing?
Yes.
Or is that good-natured fun?
It's hazing.
And so, a little public embarrassment. You see it on Hard Knocks, and you hear about it when you're at camp, and we'll be at camp. But we used to see all the rookies with their weird haircuts about day 4.
It's usually the offensive
of training camp. Well, it
yeah.
starts there.
Yeah.
Or anybody that has some good lettuce, man, it won't be good. But by the time the camp is over, but you don't see that anymore. I mean, it wasn't unusual to walk out as members of the media and see somebody take that in years at Dallas Cowboys training camp, because they have said, we can't do this anymore. The rookie singing, rookies carrying helmets.
That still happens.
That still happens.
To me, that's harmless. That's harmless fun. Look, you're a rookie. We got to do something. You sing your alma mater. You pick up a helmet. To me, that's fun. That's not, and it's still hazing, but it's fun. When you cross the line where it gets physical or sexual, I mean, there's no place for that anymore.
And there's been way too many stories recently. I mean, last year, local football team with Oreos. Not long ago, it was hangers. I mean, there's stuff that just crosses the line, and you go, who thinks of this?
I don't know. I've heard broomsticks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that's just sick stuff, and that's no longer team bonding. That's just criminal. That's what that is. So there's a big difference in my mind between team bonding hazing and team bonding ridiculousness. And that's what it appears, at least at this point in time, what happened in Northwest.
We certainly are nowhere close to the end of what's going on at Northwestern, which, again, a great journalism school with a lot of well-known alums. Michael Wilbon and Mike Greenberg come to mind. It will be interesting to hear what they're hearing, because they're so well connected to the university and to the program. And I would imagine that everybody that went to Northwestern feeling a little embarrassed today and disgusted all the way around with what was happening inside of that locker room and with the way the the president and athletic director handled the discipline and ultimate firing of Pat Fitzgerald.
Well, it hasn't been handled well. We'll see what happens and where it goes from here, Jason. But you're right. We have not heard the end of this. Fitzgerald, if he goes through with his threat to file a lawsuit, then we're going to hear it all. It will come out, and or there will be more people come out on either side of the way. But look, if former players are coming out in defense of Fitzgerald, they better be right, because you can't just lie for the sake of protecting your coach. Now, if they're right, and we'll listen. But don't come out and put yourself on the line just because you love and respect the guy you played for.
Well, and again, the only other way that we'll never know, I'm no lawyer. If you are, you could help explain this. But if Northwestern settles with Fitzgerald for a large sum of money and they all sign a bunch of non-disclosure agreements because they are private, we might not ever know. Very different if it were a state school and open records requests could be made. But as a private school, kind of like what we dealt with Baylor, you learned more when the lawsuit started filing as opposed to what they were able to release or what you were able to obtain through an open records request. But it's far from over at Northwestern. The Blitz will continue here at the Roo Pub. Great place to come watch the Major League Baseball All-Star Game tonight. Serious question. Did you guys watch and enjoy the Home Run Derby last night? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Let us know, or you can tweet at Joe Reinigo, 210 at Jason Minix. First, though, let me tell you about my friends over at Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira Itonado complex. Very easy for me to tell you about and recommend Ancira because I am a longtime Ancira customer, and it's because of their great customer service before, during, and most importantly, after the sale. That great customer service is why Ancira has been a top family-run dealership in San Antonio for decades. And you know Price made Ancira number one. Price keeps Ancira number one. So think Ancira. Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira Itonado complex on I-10 West between Wurzbach and Huebner.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing.
But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
It's patio season, so get over to the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road to enjoy the great South Texas weather. As always, ice cold beer and specialty drinks, happy hour weekday from 11 to 6, and the kids a.m. every day. Add the Roo Pub into your lunch rotation with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. You know there is no better place to watch a game, and they always have all the fights. The Roo Pub next to the Angry Elephant, 281 and Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No. We tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our client's best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal, the sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us on the roads that unite us. With nearly 6,000 stores and over 17,000 auto care centers, Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here.
Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Hold up. You're using Swiffer Power Mop? What would Mom say?
Oh, she'd be like, a mopping bucket is the only way to deep clean your floors. And I'd be like, Mom, this is the new Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one that gets you a mop and bucket clean in half the time.
She'd never believe you.
I'd say, look, the solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket. And the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get into grout lines. That's why you're the smart one.
Really?
What? Mom said it.
The new Swiffer Power Mop. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun. So you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard.
It's perfect.
Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Ribs, burgers, chicken. Submit what you grilled or smoked, and you could win a $50 gift card from Tri-County Meat Market.
So good and tasty.
Grilling with the Blitz. Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
The Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live out at the Roof Hub at 281 and Redland Road. Hanging out on a Tuesday afternoon as we get ready for the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. And some of the MLB coverage right now. What a spectacular looking day in Seattle.
Yeah, beautiful day in Seattle, and that's a good thing because you never know, right, what you're going to get in Seattle.
This time of year, this is July and August are the best times to visit Seattle. My wife is from there, and I don't want to say I refuse to go see her family any other months, but I go kicking and screaming.
Yeah, you never know if it's going to be rainy, kind of chilly, whatever the case may be. Seattle's a beautiful city. Used to love going there when the Sonics were there, but haven't been back since. And
it's been a while.
It has been a while, certainly has. So, but it is a beautiful day. It looks like we're going to have a good game, and excited to see Josh Young play tonight, Texas Rangers third baseman. Looking forward to that. One of 4 starters, by the way, for the Texas Rangers.
Well, and like, I'll be all in on the All-Star game tonight. Last night's home run derby, I want to know if you guys watched it, because I honestly tried. I didn't like the way the TV broadcast was. I couldn't watch it. We ended up going to the community pool last night. I've lived in my house since January of 2020. And last night was the first time I actually went to the pool.
Will you go back?
Yeah, it was nice. Way too many kids for what? But I mean, it was hot. There was nothing on. I was not enjoying watching the home run derby, mainly because the broadcast. They didn't like the way that split screen was, and I was just like, And my wife was like, let's go to the pool. And I was like, yeah, we probably should.
Can you take an ice chest out of your pool?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't last night, though.
Well, you should have.
Well, I've learned. I was looking for the bartender. Apparently, we don't have one of those.
No,
we don't have one of those. But I mean, by all accounts, and I think I saw everything I needed to see from the home run derby on Sports Center this morning. Bushiami last night with the final call. It was cool seeing Vladdy win it.
Pops it up. He's got 23. One last pitch, and Rosarena falls short, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has won the 2023 T-Mobile Home Run Derby at T-Mobile Park in Seattle. 16 years after his father won the Home Run Derby in San Francisco, Vlad Jr. wins it in Seattle.
And that's a cool moment.
That is cool.
And you heard it here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And honestly, as we were driving down to the pool, which isn't that long of a drive, but listening to the radio coverage was actually far better than watching the TV coverage.
Yeah, it probably is. And I know what you're talking about. I watched a little bit of it and then kind of got bored with it. And I was home alone last night. My wife went out to dinner with a friend of hers. And
Wait a minute. You had major surgery yesterday and your wife went out to dinner with friends?
It wasn't major anything. I was just fine. She had this planned. I was cool with it, and it was kind of nice to be quiet, looking around.
You gotta milk these things,
dude. Hey, she took very good care of me. I won't lie to you. But so I flip over from the home run derby to Escape from New York. Hadn't seen that in years. Watch Kurt Russell get it done. It was good.
That's
But that's a cool moment. I'm happy for Vlad Guerrero. That's great. I just, it's batting practice. That's all it is.
Well, it is.
And
it's batting practice with the trophy at the end. You saw 41 at one point. The guys get tired, and Vladdy won because the guy couldn't hit enough, right? I mean, it's not like, it's to me, I like the home run derby is you hit your way. You need one more to win the whole thing, not wait for another guy not to be able to get there. But, to have both a father and a son win that thing, there's cool moments.
But, sure.
And then, of course, the baseball conversation. Now, those people in Seattle, they hate my Houston Astros. And bring on the hate. All of you haters out there, bring it on. Because sometimes the truth hurts. And
what's the truth? Oh, hold on a second.
That while Houston is 2 games back of the Texas Rangers, they're still the best team in Texas. and will be at the end. Derek Jeter.
I think, look, people are going to talk about pitching, they're going to talk about hitting, they're going to talk about defense. I still think the Houston Astros are the best team built for the postseason in the American League because they have experience. And you can't say enough about having experience of being there before. And I think once they get to the postseason, which everyone expects them to, that's when they're actually relaxed. And the number one reason for that is Dusty Baker. I mean, Dusty is a calming influence on everyone in that clubhouse. He's a player's manager. You've never heard any player say anything negative about Dusty Baker, and that goes a long way when you get in the pressure-packed moments of a pennant race.
You know what's going to be interesting about that, and I agree with Derek Jeter. I think the Astros are certainly the best team in the American League, and they've been playing well. But Texas has gone through that slump.
Yep.
They were playing so well, but they went into that slump right before the All-Star break. The question now for them, are they going to be able to regain the momentum out of the All-Star break that they're going to need to hold off the Astros? That's going to be a tough thing to do. And the Astros certainly have the experience to get it done where the Rangers don't.
Well, and again, I look at, Derek Jeter is saying the team to be in the AL is the Astros. I still look at Tampa Bay. Will they be able to get it together? Texas, I think, is going to be there at the end. I do think we're going to have 2 playoff teams. I think the Rangers end up with the wild card. The Astros end up winning the division. And even though they haven't been playing good baseball, that series against Seattle was a joke leading into the All-Star break. But ultimately, the Astros obviously stay healthy, but that's any team out there.
Sure.
And what Derek Jeter said about Dusty and a team that's been there, a couple since 2017. 2 titles, 4 trips to the World Series. They know what it's like to play in that situation, and I think Dusty is that guy to get his second one this year.
You talk about experience. I mean, that's Dusty Baker.
Yeah.
He's got that. There's no doubt about it, and I agree with Jeter that he's a calming influence, and the Astros should be able to get it done. But, again, a lot of baseball left to be played, so a lot of things can happen. I really, honestly, not because San Antonio Sports Star is a home of the Texas Rangers. I just kind of like to see the Rangers do well.
You hate the Astros.
Well, I dislike them a lot.
You can say hate.
Okay, I hate them.
Yeah, I mean, we know you hate the Astros.
Well, and I know the Astros don't like the Cardinals for obvious reasons, but it's and I have no dog in the hunt this year. I'm just I'm already, hey, let's see what happens next year.
Ghost Rose. You can say it.
I'm a Texas Ranger fan.
Go.
There you go. So I'm going to pull for the Rangers and hope they can get it done because they've got a local dude, Josh Young. Let's go.
Ghost Rose.
I'd like to go take him and interview him after he's picking up that ring.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. You'd be all right with that?
I wouldn't be unhappy either way. As I've said many, many times and wrote about last week at SASportsR.com, I like the Rangers and the Astros. The Astros number 1. But growing up, I was kind of split because one was NL, one was AL, and I could do that. And I haven't changed. But if the Astros and Rangers are playing, it's go Astros.
It's go Astros. Okay, I see how you are. That's all right.
That's how I am.
I'm going to tell Josh, but that'll be all right.
Josh doesn't give a damn.
Hey, I want to talk to you about something that you and I probably have not had many conversations about.
None.
And probably will never will. And that's skincare. Right? Skincare. It's something that guys just don't talk about it. But, I was told a long time ago when I first started my TV career that, look, you need to take better care of the skin on your face. Skincare is important, but I never really was able to find anything that got the job done. It was always here, there, whatever, the wife has for you, whatever it is. But I have found a luxury skincare product just for men, and it is affordable. It is called Toro Cosmeceuticals, and it's completely changed my game, that's for sure. It's got everything that you need, from face wash to moisturizer, toner, eye cream. It's even got shave and beard oil. And not only does it feel great going on, this stuff can actually repair your skin. You're going to look healthier, there's no doubt. And yes, you're going to look younger. And who doesn't want to look younger? Toro Skincare is a game changer. It's an experience, and it is all for men. It's working for me, and I know you're going to like it as well. And, to get you started, Toro's going to offer you 20% off. All you have to do is go to ToroSkincare.com, enter the promo code Joe, okay? ToroSkincare.com, enter the code word Joe. It's luxurious, and it is affordable. And again, 20% off when you go to ToroSkincare.com. Enter the code word Joe.
It's Major League Baseball's All-Star Game, live from T-Mobile Park in Seattle.
Play ball. Swing and a miss. There's a dozen strikeouts for Shohei Ohtani. Semien hammers this one to left, and a grand slam.
The biggest names in baseball: Ohtani, Mike Trout, Freddie Freeman, and more. It's the 93rd annual Major League Baseball All-Star Game, live from T-Mobile Park in Seattle, tonight at 6. And only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo and auto security headquarters, has a smoking hot deal. Purchase any Mother's Window Tint, car stereo, remote start, or car alarm and get a 1-month free membership to the CFL Smoke Shop's private Amsterdam Club, located next to Mother's on 281 North. Enjoy your gummies in comfort while you get your windows tinted with any one of our high-quality, fully guaranteed films to stop the blazing hot summer sun from burning up you and your car's interior. MothersWindowTint.com with stores in San Antonio and Austin. Follow us on Facebook. Add a professional layer of security to your car with our remote start car alarm combo. Make your car go thump, thump, thump. Mother thump with one of our subwoofers, stereos, backup cameras, name brands, and expert installation. Remember, do it at Mothers and save.
Life moves fast. No one has time for a car, truck wreck, or commercial vehicle accident. At Davis Law Firm, we get it. When you call the force, you don't have to worry about insulting offers from insurance adjusters, property damage, or car rental. We recently settled a wrongful death case in a commercial vehicle accident for $5 million. Net to clients was $2.8 million. I'm Jeff Davis. If you were in a car, truck wreck, or hit by a commercial vehicle, call me at 444-4444. You got it. There's only one number to remember. 4. Attorney consultation by appointment only. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio. Davis Law Firm is a proud official partner, personal injury attorney of the San Antonio Spurs.
Major League Baseball's All-Star Game. Live from T-Mobile Park in Seattle. Tonight at 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
That's how they opened their show on Saturday night in Houston. That's Blink 182. He's Joe Ryan Egeline, Jason Minix, the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, live out at the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road ahead of tonight's Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Come watch it here at the Roo, or you can listen to it here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, this was tweeted about 2 hours ago, but I just saw it come across my timeline. Somebody had retweeted it from KSAT 12, Dylan Collier. And last updated at 4:30. So maybe that's why the original post was there, but they've just updated it. UTSA star wide receiver Joshua Cephas was booked on an elevated DWI charge on Monday, hours after KSAT investigates raised questions about the delayed timeline for charging the star wide receiver in connection with a rollover crash near main campus last year. So he got booked Monday afternoon, charged with DWI with a blood alcohol content over 0.15, which is a Class A misdemeanor. He's got to be in court August 9th, according to records. The accident happened December 9th. Remember, right before the bowl game, and he got suspended from all team activities. So as I read this, SAPD said he was suspected of DWI as he had been drinking, but he hasn't been arrested or charged until now because, as I read this, KSAT was investigating why a delayed timeline.
Well, I mean, it is a delayed timeline. If this happened in December, is that right? And so we're in July, 7 months. You kind of thought this would just gone away as far as, you know, they handle it legally and it went away and everything was okay. But to hear that he hadn't been charged or arrested or anything, it is kind of strange.
And it is not unusual in situations for it to take a while for charges to happen, or you get arrested, charged, and then it takes a long time for it to go through the court process with different delays and things like that. But as you get ready for conference media days that are coming up in UTSA going to the American, and you think about Cephas's first team wide receiver in Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine on the All-Texas team, a lot of preseason accolades, and then this happens right before the start of fall camp, about a month away before football practice begins.
Well, you know, I hate the fact that, this happened and anybody that it happens to, I wish it wouldn't, but it did. But it is kind of strange that he hadn't even been arrested. I mean, usually that takes place immediately, doesn't it?
Yep.
And then you're right. I mean, it can take months for the legal process to carry out. But the fact that he hadn't even been arrested is a little strange. There's no question.
It is. And speaking of a little strange, and no surprise, Britney Spears falls under that category. Yesterday on social media, she posted a video of her dancing around in her underwear in a small top with her dog looking at her weird. There's one part of the video where she kind of squats down and the dog is kind of in a certain area and then turns and runs, which is kind of funny if you see that video, if you can watch it.
I'll tell you all you need to know right there. Oh my God! When the dog runs,
seriously, go watch the video. Just wait for that part. I mean, it's right down there, and then the dog is like, "Yeah, I need out of here." Right?
Wow.
I mean, but Brittany did make her big announcement today. She is releasing a book, her memoir, "The Woman in Me," will be out in October.
Well, I wonder if Wemby will be included in that book.
Well, it just goes back to, did all that stuff in Vegas happen as the publicity stunt to get her name circulating out there right before she has a big announcement that she's got a book that's going to be coming out?
Here's my theory on that. I don't think Brittany is smart enough to have planned that.
But she's got people around her that are smart enough.
Right. But what happened? They just saw it. They took advantage of an opportunity. Britney Spears went over, wanted to get a picture with Wemby. The security guard, whacks her hand away. It hits her in the face. He goes over and apologizes. She said it's okay. But that's when her people step in and say, hey, you got a book coming out. Let's make the most of this.
Yeah.
That's what I think happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still wondering about the dog. I mean, they'll sniff anything.
Not that.
Apparently not.
Free Brittany as a whole new
gosh. Wow, I got to see that video.
It's Wemby.
My goodness.
You're seriously going to go look up her video? Well, you should. It's entertaining.
Well, you told everybody.
And you should. It's entertaining.
What do you just Google Brittany?
I mean, you could do that, or go to her Twitter or
it's on her
Instagram.
Twitter account.
Well, sure. She put the video out.
Well, I'm going to have to go look.
I know. It's one of those things. Speaking of crazy ladies. There was a lady on the airplane last week out of Dallas who kind of freaked out.
Yeah.
And I have flown since then, and everybody looked normal on the flight that I was on. But there was video that you came across earlier of another lady that was just going nuts, had 3 officers trying to restrain her, and then she asked one of the cops to kiss her. And the cop said no, and she was like, what, am I not hot enough for you?
She was having a fit. It was coming right out of an airport bar.
Uh-huh.
And
well, of course.
Yeah, I mean, but she was, what, am I not hot enough? Kiss me.
And then she spit on the cop.
Well, that's assault, brother.
Uh-huh.
As soon as she did that, she's in deep trouble.
There's just been a lot of crazy videos lately, and I don't know if we got just more crazy people. We just have more people that when they see crazy, they start recording on their phone, and it goes viral in a hurry. Are you watching the video?
I am watching the video, and she's dancing around crazy. I haven't seen the dog run yet.
Fast forward a little bit because she's nuts. Although the dog is used to watching her dance around.
I'm sure that's no problem for the dog.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. I'm having some internet problems.
Why don't you? You got internet problems watching Brittany?
Well, look, no. You know what's funny is that I just did this, and it said she follows me. We follow each other.
Brittany follows you?
That's what it says right there. I had no clue.
The fact that you're following Brittany is the surprising part.
Well, I did it when she had the Wemby thing,
Oh, yeah.
I had to find out what was really going on.
So Britney Spears follows you.
Apparently, it
crazy
says right
follows
there.
Crazy.
Wow. How about that? Now, there's a crazy picture for you that's just going to sit there. Oh, my.
Would you read SportsCenter already?
Okay, I will.
KTFM Floresville. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
That's good!
Your home for Major League Baseball. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Victor Wembanyama is all done with the Summer League in Las Vegas. Reportedly, he's come back to San Antonio to look for a house, but his agent says the whole Britney Spears experience was Wemby's welcome to America moment. Portland general manager Joe Cronin says it could take months before a trade is worked out with Blazers star Damian Lillard. And Zion Williamson says dieting is hard, although he wants to get back and play this year.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live out at the Roof Hub at 281 and Redland Road, getting you ready for the Major League Baseball All-Star Game, which gets going underway at 7 o'clock. You come hang out with us here at the Roo, stick around and watch the game. Because I am a good teammate, I have found the part of the video for Joe Reinagel to see. If you're following along, go about, let's see, where are we at? Time-wise, about 36 seconds into the video. She gets down on the floor. The dog smells her crotch and then runs away.
First, the dog looks at it like, oh, my gosh, that's worse than usual.
Wow. All right, so for those watching on YouTube, and you can subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. And you can find this on Brittany's social, but it's just so funny when you see the dog walk up and then, nope, I'm out of here.
Like, wow. You know, I feel bad for her because she just kind of like, I mean, my goodness, just seems to have fallen off the edge there.
I mean, look, I mean, Brittany is a megastar who has had hit after hit after hit.
Here's one of them right here.
Absolutely. Although, after watching that dog, I think this song has whole new meaning. You don't want to.
Well, I mean, you know, like telling how long she was dancing. She could have been very sweaty. I mean, you know, and that just doesn't bode well.
Yeah, okay.
I want me some Royal.
She was getting after pretty good.
Well, have you ever seen her in concert?
No, I have not. You apparently have.
Yes, I have.
Is there a band you haven't seen in concert?
Yes.
That's the question.
There's lots of them, but we went and saw Brittany in Las Vegas, and we had really, really good seats, and she does dance quite a bit during her show. And honestly, she put on a hell of a show.
Do you have the same experience as a dog?
I wasn't that close. I wasn't that close. Bobby Signs on YouTube says my poor eyes. See, here's the thing. We say what we want. If you had the chance, you would jump on it.
Well, and I guarantee you, everybody's saying that now. 10 years ago would have like that was like a dream.
10 years ago, 10 years from now. I mean, look, I mean, you know, it's the conversation part after that you got to.
I think she could take a shower first.
Well, she would have to.
Okay.
Right, based on the dog's response.
I mean, if the dog's reacted, I've never seen a dog do that.
Normally, you know, you go to somebody's house and they've got a dog and they start sniffing in an area and you've got to push them away.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah, I've never seen a dog say, "Oh, nope, nope."
Yeah, that's not good.
Nope. You know, and it's interesting because the whole Brittany Wemby thing was just such a shock, right? That one, that it happened. Two, that it blew up the way it did. Now I'm wondering if part of that was because she knew or her people knew the book release was coming out or the announcement, and it was a nice publicity stunt, right? But you look at Wemby's weekend in Vegas, despite the whole Britney Spears incident, although quite honestly, seeing how he handled all of that just tells you that he is ready for the mega spotlight that is going to be on him daily.
You know, you may be right, and I think to some extent you are, but the fact now that he's already telling his agent, look, I'm going to disappear for a while.
Yeah.
He had enough of it. Look, it was a whirlwind from the draft lottery, and he was excited. He still had to play there in France, but to come over here for the draft throw out the first pitch, all of that hoopla at Yankee Stadium, all of the things he did, then getting to San Antonio, all that hoopla, and then to head right to Las Vegas with all that. I mean, that's a lot for anybody. So I think even Wemby, although he likes the spotlight, I think even for him, there's a limit to that stuff.
Well, and again, I don't know that he was ever overwhelmed, but was he exhausted? Was he tired?
I'm sure.
And it felt that way Sunday. And I couldn't tell from the podium on Sunday, because we don't know him well enough yet to try to read his demeanor. Was he a little bit less engaging on the podium because he was mad that they lost, or because he was tired? Maybe a combination of both. He had a great stat line, but talked about how he wished that he could have done more to help his team actually win the game, even though it was meaningless. But he did have a great stat line, but it was more about the team. And again, he seems to be that kind of teammate. It's more about the team than him. All his summer league teammates talking about getting to know him, everybody having only great things to say about him. But he is tired. You could just tell. He's played a lot of basketball in the last year, and he hasn't had a break, unlike all the college kids that have been done since March. He hasn't. He was in the finals just a couple of weeks ago over there in France. But now the question is, look, I think we saw what you wanted to see in Summer League. For those of you like Joe, wanted to see him in the Spurs uniform playing in the Summer League. I would have been fine if he would have skipped the whole thing. Let's wait. But I think the NBA wanted him at Summer League for those two nationally televised games. So
yeah, but aren't you happy you saw him?
I did, and everything that I saw was incredible. Even game one, where he didn't shoot the ball well, everything else, the passing, some of the things that I didn't expect to see, the defense. I think he has a bigger impact his rookie year on the defensive side than on the offensive side, just because of the way he can alter shots, block shots, change passing lanes, be disruptive. His passing ability, that, pick and roll jumper, that's going to be money all day.
Look, I agree with all of that. And even on Friday night, I was impressed with Wembanyama. You could tell he was a little bit lost. He didn't know what to do or how to fit in. And that's normal. That's not a criticism of Wemby. I think that's normal. He got his feet under him. You had some idiots who were saying he's a bust after that game, which is just idiotic to begin with. He comes on and has a great line. Here's what I want to watch when the season begins, because you're talking about Champagnie and it was at Branham. Both of those guys had very poor nights on Sunday night. And you see this a lot in the NBA, Jason. I know you've seen it. Pledge has seen it. Everybody out there listening has seen it. Sometimes teams will allow that star to be a star and to put up stat lines, but hold everybody else down. And that team usually wins the game. Is that going to be the way it is with Wembanyama? You're going to let him go off, let him do his thing, but just hold everybody else. Because I don't care how good Wemby is. He ain't winning basketball games all by himself.
No, those summer league games are glorified scrimmages. They were practices.
Of course.
They were running a lot of things through Victor for a reason. There wasn't that natural flow.
You don't think they're going to run things through Victor?
No, they will, but they were forcing. It felt like, especially in the first game, early on, I thought they were forcing a lot of things. And I think he wanted to go out and put on a show. The fact that he kept shooting when the shot wasn't there, he didn't get frustrated. He didn't go into a shell. I look at that as a positive. Everybody knew what they were trying to do early, and you look at game two, they didn't go to him as early. Now, they started going to him late when he started to get that rhythm, but early on it was, let's get some other guys involved and go. But glorified scrimmage. The question really becomes, now that he is shut down for Summer League, which has always been a part of the plan, 2 games and out, what do the Spurs do roster-wise before we get to training camp? There's still moves to be made. There's still free agents out there. Is it going to be that slow building process? That is what ESPN's Kevin Pelton said.
This is a team that's building kind of slowly. I think one of the mistakes a lot of teams make when they get a prospect like this is, okay, all of a sudden we got to try to win right now. We got to build up and add veterans. And San Antonio hasn't taken that approach this offseason. Their, moves have been smaller for, adding Reggie Bullock and getting a pick swap in 2030 out of that deal with the Dallas Mavericks. I thought was a really great move for them. And I think they're going to take a look at, they've got a lot of young talent, 3 first-round picks from last year before Wemby, Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell as some young building blocks as well. See where this group is in a year, and then let's maybe figure out how we push the pedal and start to try to win seriously.
Going to be interesting to see. Look, I'm all for seeing what you've got this year. I think the Spurs have got a great foundation, a young foundation that they can build off of. When you're talking about Vassell and Johnson and Jeremy Sohan, Malachi Branham, Zach Collins, you've got some players there. And then, with Dougie McBuckets, and you've got some veteran leadership there. You add in a Wemby, and we'll see how they mix and match. Maybe the transition won't require a major overhaul of the Spurs players. Maybe they mesh, maybe they fit in. I'm all for that. I'm just not all for waiting 2, 3, 4 years to be patient on a project to get this thing started.
No.
When you've got a talent like Wembanyama, you've got talented players in Devin Vassell, who I still believe is going to be a star in this league. Keldon Johnson's a good player, a big contract. Jeremy Sohan, let's see where he goes. I just think you have some pieces now that this team should be able to win some ball games and obviously not be a factor in winning an NBA championship, but why not win 35, 40 games this year? Who's to say that that's not going to happen, depending on how Wemby fits in the NBA game?
Honestly, I think 35, 40 games is not only a goal, but a low bar. Now, I realize it's a 22-win team last year, and many games that it looked like they could win, and coaching decisions made them not. So were they really a 22-win team, or were they a 30, 35-win team if they would have applied themselves and not had some injuries where it took longer to recover than normal? So it's hard to
so-called injuries.
So it's hard to say, if they were to go from 22 to 44 and double their win total, man, that would be incredible.
Absolutely.
But if they were really, let's say a 30-win team and then get to 40, 45, be a play-in or a playoff team, I think those are realistic expectations. But what do they fill in the gaps with? Do they really take a year to see what they have with Wemby and then try to go put pieces around after they see what he's like after a full NBA season? Possibly, and that's kind of what Brian Wright has said. And by their move so far this offseason, that's the case. Although I still look at a guy like Dame Lillard, who is in Portland, not a Miami Heat yet, or other trades that could be made. If they get the right trade offer where they think they could accelerate that and not be 3 or 4 years before they're competitive, then do they make a trade like that? Now, I think about Dame. He, has great respect for Pop. Is that the reason that they announced a 5-year contract extension and the timing of it? Well, no deal has been done yet with Miami. So were conversations happening, but Dame needing some assurance that Pop would be there. Here's a 5-year contract. Then you get the Portland Trailblazers GM, Joe Cronin, saying that he has not talked to Dame since they had that meeting where Dame requested a trade. But we know, and again, he follows the line, Portland will not take less value just to make Dame happy.
I think what I've learned more than anything is patience is critical. Like, don't be reactive. Don't jump at things just to seemingly solve a problem. I think the teams that have ended up in the most positive situation post-trade have been the ones that have been really diligent and taken their time and been not been impulsive, or, the teams that really kept their urgency under control. So I think that's how my approach has been with this and will be with this, is we're going to be patient. We're going to do what's best for our team. We're going to see, how this lands. And if it takes months, it takes months.
You can trade that line with any GM in the NBA. It's the same one that all of them are going to say. Of course he's going to say that. He doesn't want Miami or New York or whomever to think that they're desperate. They're going to wait, and hey, Dame doesn't have he's not holding the cards here. We are. I just don't think. Look, I don't think, because if you take Dame Lillard, you're going to have to get rid of Keldon Johnson.
Yep,
he's gone, and then who else as a part of that young foundation? And Dame Lillard, quite frankly, as good of a player as he is he a guy that you can bring in here, and he and Wemby take care of this team? I just don't think that's the answer for the Spurs. I don't think Dame Lillard comes to San Antonio, and I don't think it'd be a wise move for him to come here.
I think the percentage is low, but also I look at Dame. Dame doesn't come here without another veteran coming here. So I think the Spurs have a plan, and it seems they're following it right now. But if Dame were to show up, there's a Dame plan out there.
Sounds like a beer bet to me.
No, I would not put a beer bet on Dame showing up in San Antonio, just like I wouldn't put a beer bet on Zion staying in shape. But he has said dieting is hard. Yeah. Welcome to the rest of us. We'll explain why you have something in common with Zion as we continue here live at the Rue Pub, 281 in Redland Road, the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, I want to talk to you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. Been talking about Stevens Roofing for a long time, and boy, I tell you what, it is July in San Antonio. It was June in San Antonio. That means hot weather, man, and it doesn't have to storm for weather to cause damage to your roof. That sun pounding down on your roof 24/7 every day, not 24/7, but every day. You know what I'm talking about. It can do some damage to your roof. So you want to work with a roofer that is local, somebody with years of experience, somebody whose people live in our area and deal with the same weather we do. That's Stevens Roofing. They had a great saying. It's buy local, stay local, trust local with Stevens Roofing. The pros at Stevens Roofing repair and install all kinds of roofs, from metal to composition. They do commercial projects. And if you do have an insurance claim, just hand it over to Stevens Roofing. Let them deal with your insurance company. Takes that stress right off your plate. Give them a call, 210-785-0994. They're going to send somebody out. They'll check for any damage, and they're going to give you an honest assessment. And whether it's a simple leak or a total roof replacement, Stevens Roofing is your local roofer. They're going to be here for you, rain or shine, and they're going to be here for years to come. You can get them online at stevensroofing.net. Don't forget that saying. You want to buy local, stay local, trust local with Stevens Roofing. 210-785-0994.
It's R&R in the morning.
Wednesday on R&R in the morning, we're going to go deep dive on the most important sports of the day. We're looking at marbles. We're looking at cricket. Has anybody checked out the most recent Lithuanian rowing championship? We'll cover that as well. It's a Wednesday sports day on San Antonio Sports Star. Be there.
It's your wake-up call. R&R in the morning, 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds are one of the boldest, protein-packed, and low-carb snacks out there. And with flavors that will have you craving for more, you'll want to stock up on Southern Recipe small batch at your local H-E-B. Pick up your favorite flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds today. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous. Find your flavor at southernrecipesmallbatch.com.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom, don't bake classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
It's patio season, so get over to the Rue Pub at 281 in Redland Road to enjoy the great South Texas weather. As always, ice cold beer and specialty drinks, happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6, and the kitchen is open late until 2 a.m. every day. Add the Rue Pub into your lunch rotation with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. You know there is no better place to watch a game, and they always have all the fights. The Rue Pub next to the Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Rue.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Are you feeling overwhelmed after your car wreck? Call the wreck experts at Hilly and Solis. Hey, it's Rudy J, and I want you to know that Hilly and Solis understand the physical and emotional and financial toll that car wrecks have on your life. They're going to listen to your story, answer any questions you may have, and they're going to fight hard to get you all the compensation you so deserve. They've seen it all. They're former prosecutors, and they know how to win. When the medical bills and the insurance claims and the legal complexities leaving you feeling lost, Hilly and Solis are going to guide you every single step of the way, and they're going to hire not only the top medical, but also the top technical experts to support your claim. Time is of the essence. Their deadlines to file claims. Don't wait to get the legal help you need. Hilly and Solis are experienced litigators. Let them fight for your rights and financial freedom. Call Hilly and Solis for a free, no obligation consultation now. 210-762-61. That's 210-762-6261. 210-762-6261.
Principal office in San Antonio, Texas. Message brought to you by a non-attorney spokesperson.
Is it time for a new lawnmower? Visit our Crush the Summer sale at Bill's Tractor and Equipment. Bill's Tractor and Skag have teamed up to bring you incredible savings on residential and commercial mowers just in time for the summer season. Skag mowers are tougher than any job you could throw at them, tough and heavy. Skag is simply the best. 0% financing is available on select models with approved credit. Bill's Tractor has been helping Texans with their mower and equipment needs for over 35 years. Come by Bill's Tractor and test drive a new Skag mower or go to billstractor.com.
Wednesday on R&R in the morning, the All-Star game is done, and that's it. There's no sports. We're going to talk ESPYs, I guess, and some Dallas Cowboys, I suppose, and Victor Wembanyama searching for a house, I guess. Maybe some marbles. We'll figure it out. Now back to the Blitz, who get to sit comfortably at a bar. I'm trying to figure out what to talk about. Enjoy your night, guys.
We will, because we're not at any bar. We're at the Rue Pub, 281 and Redland Road, an Aussie-themed bar.
That's right.
Patty Mills' jersey up there. Maybe Rob tomorrow can talk about the Australian rowing team. I know he promoted the Lithuanians, but I'm much more partial to Aussie rowing.
You like Aussie rowing?
Aussie rowing is far better.
Their form's a little better.
They're going to debate that tomorrow morning
Nice.
on R&R in the morning. And you talk about veteran guys coming back. I'd love to see Patty Mills end up back in San Antonio.
Not happening.
Well,
he just signed with somebody.
No, he's been traded like 3 times already this offseason.
Yeah,
there could be a 4th.
He's in Atlanta with DeJounte.
Yeah, so
he could end up back here.
I mean, sure, and I could go play for Milwaukee.
I mean, let's not get ridiculous. I mean, let's really not. That's almost as ridiculous as Britney Spears following you. Or you following Britney Spears?
Honestly, that was quite the surprise. I had no clue.
You did not know that Britney was following you?
I had no idea.
I mean, if there was only a way to know if that was actually a verified account.
Well, it was her dancing, so I mean, I don't know.
I mean, there's lots of videos out there.
I'm just saying, she's not following you. You're jealous as hell.
She's not, but I'm not following her either.
Well,
but she is following 351,000 people. So,
well, there you go.
Maybe she went through a phase where, one of those follow me back days. You follow me, I'll follow you.
I don't think so. I followed her for this whole Wemby thing going on. It has nothing to do with
Maybe she read your profile and realized that you cover the Spurs. That means Wemby. So,
You think she's obsessed with Wemby now? Get a little crush on the Wimber. The Wimber?
We're not going to call him the Wimber. That will not be a nickname that sticks.
Hey, he might like that dancing. That'd be like dancing around a pole.
Dude, I think most men would enjoy watching what she was doing while dancing.
I don't know. It's a little there was no rhythm there.
I mean,
the fact that she had no clothes on, I mean that
the ass slapping, Robert, you're on the Blitz. What's going on?
How y'all doing, Alex?
Robert, turn your radio down, man.
Oh, sorry.
No worries, man. First time caller, long time listener. We get it. Go ahead. Go ahead. What's up, man?
Well, just calling on the fact of the concern with Wemby and is he able to maintain, not get into foul trouble? Now he's going to play at an elevated level. Players are going to have a better sense of how to draw fouls. Has he been exposed to that? And, is he going to feel like, well, I get across the court back and forth, but, without fumbling and causing any fouls that he gets suckered into?
I mean, and again, foul trouble is, I appreciate the call. Something I think ultimately there will be games where, yes, and just differences from the NBA game and what he was used to over there in Europe. I think of the one play where he was bringing the ball up and quite frankly started to fumble the basketball and lost his footing a little bit. I mean, he's 7'3". I mean, that's just, I think there will be nights where he gets into foul trouble and other nights where he doesn't.
Well, I just think, look, if anybody's thinking that Wemby's just going to come in day one and know that, I mean, he and start ruling the league, I think you're mistaken. I really do. I think it's going to be an adjustment period for him for a little bit. I think he's going to be a great player. I have no doubt in my mind about that. He's got a great, but I think there will be a little bit of an adjustment period. What I didn't like, and I didn't notice it watching the games, but ESPN had a compilation. Is that how you say that? A compilation?
Sure.
Of him falling down. How many times did he fall down
He
over the
went
weekend?
to Tony Parker's academy. Of course the man has learned how to fall down.
Yeah, well, Wemby's got a lot farther to fall than Tony Parker did.
Yes, but still. But he had the fall down pretty good. It didn't look like he was going to snap a wrist every time he fell down.
But it's a concern.
It is. And look, I think it was Mark Jones on the broadcast when he went to go dive for a loose ball. He got down to the ground in sections. I mean, it just didn't quite look naturally. And you think about everything that we have seen to this point from Wemby since he has become a member of the Spurs. Mature beyond his years. Focuses on basketball. I mean, the guy skipped a party in Las Vegas because he wanted to rest. He's talked about, I haven't been able to practice and work out like I normally do. And then you look at Zion. Zion, as to this point, has not lived up to expectations.
Not at all.
Partly his injuries, but partly he's not in shape. He doesn't seem to put the effort in to be a professional. He was in Vegas for the Summer League, went on Gilbert Arenas' podcast and said he was brutally honest in one of the more mature things that I think I have heard from Zion.
Is it hard to diet at your age? Be honest.
Since it's you, I'll be real. It's hard, man. Like, you 20, 22, got a lot of money. It feels like all the money in the world, man. It is hard, but I'm at that point now where because of certain things, I'm putting back like the wisdom around me. Bunch of like, I don't want to say older because they take offense to it. And I'm just putting people around me with wisdom, put me on game to certain things, and just go from there.
What do you say about Zion Williamson? When he plays, he is phenomenal.
Yep.
When he plays, he hasn't played a whole hell of a lot, and the Pelicans rewarded him anyway. I guess gambling that eventually he'll get his head on straight and be the player that they want him to be.
If what you just heard, and he, excuse me, through on that, has the light bulb gone off in his head? Surround yourself with people that are going to push you, not just, all right, cool, stay out of the drive-through lane. And hell, he's in New Orleans. But, yeah, I mean, you got all the money. You've got the fame. You got crazy girlfriends in Dallas tattooing your name on their face. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on with Zion that don't include basketball. If he focuses on basketball, diet, working out, doing the things he needs to do to be a pro, then he could be one of the dominant players we expected him to be coming out of college. He hasn't turned into that yet, but maybe at this point, it's taken him a couple of years, but maybe the light bulb has gone off.
Well, let's hope so. I mean, I really hope so. I'd love to see this kid live up to his potential. But I've heard other players talking about him, Jason, and the consensus is he's lazy.
Yeah.
He's lazy, and he doesn't want to work, and his work ethic is horrible. So, and I think all his whole life, he really hasn't had to try all that hard.
Sure.
He's naturally talented, and he's gotten it done. But he has got to step away from the Burger King and McDonald's and whatever other fast food restaurant you want to talk about and lose some weight. I think at this point in time, and I'd love to talk to the doc, maybe we'll ask that question here in a little bit. You know, the weight on your knees and ankles and everything else, it causes issues. It does. And so I think that's been Zion's problem. And until he gets it in his head that he's to be an NBA star, he's going to have to work at it. He's going to have to make some sacrifices. And if you don't want to, well, then take the money New Orleans ought to give you and go do something else.
It's going to be interesting to see, but it makes you appreciate everything that we've seen from the very mature 19-year-old.
No doubt.
That we have here in San Antonio.
No doubt.
It is the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star, live here at the Roo Pub, 281 and Redland Road. You know, injuries do happen, and when they do it, you can skip the R and get straight to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray, casting, and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com.
Hey, guys, this is Keenan Thompson. I have a problem with you. Yes, you. None of y'all told me that Auto Trader has millions of new and used cars that I can shop from home. I thought we were friends. I put smiles on your face, but I'm not smiling. No one told me that with Auto Trader, a dealer can deliver cars to my home or that I could shop by price on Auto Trader. No one. Consider this friendship that you just learned we had officially over. Finally, it's easy. Auto Trader.
At the Home Depot, we have laundry appliances that just fit. Fit your space, fit your needs, and fit your budget. Like a new GE Profile Ultra-Fast Combo laundry machine that can wash and dry a large load in about 2 hours without you ever having to transfer the load over. Final days to get special buy savings like the GE Profile Ultra-Fast Combo laundry machine, plus an extra $100 off select laundry sets. In-store and online at the Home Depot ends July 12th.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at ooma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing the wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wet Jet. With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wet Jet, the faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
We're going abroad for the first time in years, to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate /free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
Okay, next time you're at the store,
I dare you to not think about the unmistakable fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent and because you have zero resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring at Walmart today.
At Lowe's, we're always bringing pros more ways to save. Right now, get up to 40% off select bathroom faucets and vanities. Plus, buy Southwire Romex Simple 12-gauge indoor wire at our everyday low price of $109. Head to your local Lowe's or visit us at Lowe's.com for more deals you can't beat. Because Lowe's knows savings, Lowe's knows pros. About 7/6 through 7/12 while supplies last. Selection varies by location, U.S. only.
It can be stressful when unexpected expenses come up, but Dave can help. Dave is the banking app that could help you get up to $500 instantly with extra cash. No interest, late fees, or credit check. Join the millions of people who have downloaded Dave and get up to $500 instantly with extra cash. Download the Dave app right now or go to dave.com. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Instant transfer fees apply. Banking services provided by Evolve. Member FDIC.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun. So you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard.
It's perfect.
Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star, live out at the Rue Pub, 281 and Redland Road. Great place to come happy hour and then stick around for the All-Star game tonight.
A lot of folks are out here.
Absolutely. I'm Jason Minix. He's Joe Reinagel. On Twitter at Joe Reinagel 210. You can tweet at me at Jason Minix. If you're watching on YouTube, you can comment there and subscribe to our YouTube channel there, San Antonio Sports Star. One of the funnier comments today says Joe looks like a retired ski instructor.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
If you're watching on YouTube, Joe was out yesterday. He was over at Parkhurst New Vision getting a lens implant. And so, and I was there, watched the surgery. It was incredible. Took a lot of video. So if you see the photos that Joe posted on his Facebook, he didn't give plenty photo credit, but they were mine.
Well, nobody else does either. So
give people credit when they, I mean, I sent you the photos. I didn't just like save it off of Facebook and then post it.
Maybe
own.
That's a San Antonio sports guy thing.
It's possible that people steal photos all the time. I thought you looked like Wild Thing from Major League.
Ricky Bond.
Little Ricky Bond.
It's kind of how I feel. Maybe there are mistakes. I don't have the little skull and crossbones right there.
I don't know that on YouTube they could see if you've got skull and crossbones, but it does look like you should be riding in the sidecar of a motorcycle right now.
Yeah, I tell you, I got these glasses. I've got them. They're clear for indoors. And then I've got some sunglasses that look just like them. Racquetball glasses, yeah, that could happen too. But I've got to wear these for at least a week, at least.
Well, your eye has to, and you've got to protect it.
Have to do that. All they told me today, I can do whatever I want, activity-wise. Just, if you're outdoors, wear the glasses. He did say don't lift anything. I can't go swimming. Pledge. No, I can't do that. I can't get chlorine for a week at least.
Yeah.
And then I can't lift anything over 50 pounds.
Well, that's normal for you.
Yeah, if you needed me to help you move this weekend, I can't do it. I got a good excuse. No, actually, that's going to be the toughest thing because, I usually work out 3-4 times a week and believe, contrary to popular belief, I lift things over 50 pounds.
You stand around and you BS with Ray and your brother. And you could do that now with these goggles on, and you'll you'll look kind of like the coach, man. A little Kurt Rambis action going on.
Oh, is that dude in dodgeball? It wore those goggles, right?
Well, that's it. I mean, that the beautiful thing is here is you will be able to what's the word that I'm looking for? You could keep these. So like next time you go weed eat the backyard, you'll have your protective lenses. Of course, the next time you go weed eat the backyard would actually be the first time you went out there with the weed eater.
That's exactly right. Actually, I have 2 pair of these they gave me. These have little readers on the bottom, just in case I need those. The others are just clear. So I think I'm going to just wear the clear ones.
Yeah.
But hey, it's great. I feel great, and they did a great job. Dr. Nasser over there at Parkhurst New Vision did a great job, and I'm going to be talking a lot more about that in the coming days. But go check out my Facebook page, and you can see some of those pictures that Jason was there snapping yesterday. Jason Minix actually got there at 7:30 a.m. I don't think he's ever seen 7:30 a.m. before in his whole life.
I've seen it in my whole life. I mean, I was in the military, but yeah, I mean, in recent years, unless I'm catching a flight, I generally don't leave the house that early in the morning.
No, you don't.
I did fill in one time for either Rob or Rudy, and I'll never do that again. And I don't even think I left the kitchen table then. I think I was set up at the house, not in studio. Right.
Yeah, I don't know how Pledge does it. Pledge filling in this morning for Rudy J because it's Rudy J's birthday today. Happy birthday, Rudy.
Absolutely. The sorority girl is going to celebrate all week long. And look, Rudy J, and you can tell him I'm talking about him. I've said this to him on text
He's
message.
listening.
And he's probably listening. He'll comment soon. Because he was saying yesterday when I was making fun of him for celebrating like a sorority girl, that when he shows up to his party Friday at Slacker's Nacogdoches location, he's going to wear a shirt with the QR code for his Cash App. You know, like how the girls will pin money to their wallet. He's going to have that option, or their wallet, pin money to their chest.
Their what?
Well,
Yeah.
yes, their chest. But then he's going to have the Cash App.
What parties are you going to?
Well,
was this at All Stars?
So,
where was this?
well, no, dude. Have you not noticed when girls have birthdays, they'll pin $1, and then you could take more money to them?
It's not just girls. Everybody does that.
Again, but I think that and now I just saw a little while ago on his Instagram, everybody that has wished him a happy birthday on his story, he has shared it, which is very much a sort. So I feel like when we get home tonight and I'm watching the baseball game, I'm going to have to find a good photo of me and Rudy and post it, wishing him a happy birthday, so he can reshare the story. So he's got just all the dots on the top of his Instagram, so it looks like a gazillion people wished him a happy birthday on the socials, because it's not your birthday unless you have all that social media love. But I still maintain Rudy messed up by taking the day off today. Today is his birthday. If he celebrates appropriately tonight, he's going to need tomorrow morning off. Not today. Dude gets off at 10 o'clock. He could have been somewhere having a birthday brunch and mimosa by 10:30.
Well, that's very true.
And been off tomorrow.
That maybe he partied last night and needed this morning off.
You get your birthday off at our company, but you don't have to actually use it on your birthday. So he could have taken Friday off or Monday and made it a long weekend.
Friday would have been good. He wouldn't be tired for his birthday party. I don't know. Hey, look, Rudy is he's a trooper. He'll power through.
Well, and I heard him last night on Extra Innings with Pledge saying that he might not drink as much Friday night, so don't be offended if you buy him a drink and he turns it down. Yes.
It was joke hour on Pledge's show, huh?
Yes, it definitely was. It definitely was. He'll be rested up just fine when it comes to his Packers, the Nacogdoches location, as we celebrate Rudy J's birthday all week. I don't think we do we don't do a Rob birthday party.
No.
We don't do a Jason or Joe birthday party.
We don't, no.
Or a Pledger birthday party. But Rudy J gets his second annual party. Sorority girl.
Absolutely.
Sorority girl.
No doubt.
Sorority girl.
Well, hey, enjoy it. They're going to throw it for you. Hey, we're going to be out there, though.
We are going to be out there.
We get to broadcast 2 to 6 from Slackadoches.
And Pledge will be out there broadcasting Extra Innings from 6 to 7.
Really?
Absolutely.
Wow. They're going to let Pledge out?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I mean, it's a Rudy J birthday party.
Wow. But to let Pledge out of the glass box of fun, that's scary.
This is going to be very scary.
Yeah.
Trying to think of what I was about to say that probably would have got me in trouble.
Probably.
Yes. We should just make Rudy J sit all 5 hours on air so he can't have a drink until 7:01.
Okay.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen.
That probably wouldn't happen. No.
That's not going to happen. It's the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. One of the things that I worry about with Pledge being let out of the glass box of fun and on location on Friday is he is easily distracted. And I know it's Slackers on Friday night. There are a lot of things that are going to, be distracting out there. If that is you, if you're easily distracted, maybe a little forgetful, you've got brain fog at times, you need to go to the website BraintreeNutrition.com. If you need more focus, you don't need more hours in the day. You just need that extra help focusing on things. And Braintree Nutrition's Think Brain Enhancer may be your answer. Think will amplify laser-like focus and concentration, spark creativity and problem solving, and improve sustained attention. This job, staying focused, that's a big part of what we do. I've started using Think, and I've seen a difference. I'm also sleeping much better, and through the night with their Restore Sleep Aid. Tried both supporting my friend Andrew Sendejo, who is a part of the guys that founded BraintreeNutrition.com. Andrew played at Smiths Valley, went to Rice, and in the NFL for a dozen years. He and some of his old buddies from Rice and some doctors, including a neurologist, developed the product lines at Braintree Nutrition to help overall brain health. You can learn more online and order at BraintreeNutrition.com. BraintreeNutrition.com.
It's Major League Baseball's All-Star Game, live from T-Mobile Park in Seattle.
Play ball, swing and a miss. There's a dozen strikeouts for Shohei Ohtani. Semien hammers this one to left and a grand slam.
The biggest names in baseball: Ohtani, Mike Trout, Freddie Freeman, and more. It's the 93rd annual Major League Baseball All-Star Game, live from T-Mobile Park in Seattle, tonight at 6. And only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Okay, outdoor summer cocktail party fit check. I've got a hot pink and orange bodycon dress paired with vintage sneakers. It'll definitely attract attention, but not from mosquitoes, because I'm wearing it with Off Clean Feel for 8 gorgeous hours of not sticky, fragrance-free protection. So I can sip, socialize, and flirt out there in the wild with absolutely unshakable confidence. Get your pre-party protection on with Off Clean Feel. SC Johnson, a family company.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're here so you can get a bigger boat. How so? We're the one-stop shop for metal, which means you can get any metal, cut to any size, ready real fast. Saving you valuable time to convince your other half why a twin-engine center console makes sense for you and your entire family. Happy fishing, soldier. Metal Supermarkets. Order online at metalsupermarkets.com.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney and owner of the Thompson Law Firm right here in San Antonio. In the short amount of time I have to talk to you, I want you to remember 2 things. First, if you or a family member is injured in an auto collision, remember, you need to call an attorney as soon as you can after the collision. I don't have enough time to tell you the many, many reasons why, but trust me, the earlier you contact an attorney, the better. Second, when you call is as important as who you call. I want you to call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900. I've been representing people injured in motor vehicle and trucking collisions for 28 years. Each placed their trust in me to do everything it takes to attain a just and fair recovery and to get honest, trustworthy legal advice. You can trust me to do the same for you. If you or a family member has been injured in an auto collision, call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400 or at my website, alawyerforus.com.
Energy companies raising your rates and then telling you to reduce your usage? Don't reduce, produce. At Roof Fix Solar Energy, take charge of your energy costs and keep your home as cool as you want. Sign today and we'll pay your utility bill until your solar's installed. Plus, capture a 30% tax credit and a $600 rebate. That's no money out of pocket and never pay a high utility bill again. Call 210-454-2400 or visit rooffixsa.com.
Roof Fix, home of the low price guarantee.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagel here. I want to take a moment to talk to you about advertising on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Yeah, we get this question quite a bit. Here's what you have to do. Contact Morgan Harrison via email. It's morgan.harrison@alphamediausa.com. From there, she's going to have one of our folks connect with you on how you can advertise right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Or since Alpha Media is a full-service advertising company, online, other radio stations, and even television, since that's just about all through the internet. Happy connecting.
Is it time for a new lawnmower? Visit the Crush the Summer sale at Bill's Tractor and Equipment. Bill's Tractor and Gravely have teamed up to bring you incredible savings on zero-turn mowers just in time for the summer season. Gravely mowers are designed for exceptional comfort and built for dependability. 0% financing is available on select models with approved credit. Bill's Tractor has been helping Texans with their mower and equipment needs for over 35 years. Come by Bill's Tractor and test drive a new Gravely mower or go to billstractor.com.
Texas, the Powerball jackpot is over $600 million, and you can now buy official Texas lottery tickets right from your phone with jackpot.com. Go to jackpot.com, choose your lottery game, pick your lucky numbers, and get your winnings instantly. Plus, get a free ticket with your first play. Get in on the action. Go to jackpot.com and buy lottery tickets on your phone. Go to jackpot.com. That's jackpot.com, jackpot.com.
Paid for by jackpot.com. You must be 18 or older to order a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Major League Baseball's All-Star Game. Live from T-Mobile Park in Seattle. Tonight at 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Live out at the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road. Great place for your Tuesday afternoon. Happy hour, and then, of course, the All-Star Game happening tonight. As we do about this time every Tuesday, it's time for our injury update, powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. They're online at tsaog.com, and joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line, Dr. Josh Bell. Doc, Wemby survived injury-free out of summer camp, which I think for most of us, that was goal one. Then goal two was to see what we saw, especially in game two with the far better stat line. But an unbelievable performance, 2 games from Wemby, with seeing what the future is. But one of the things that we did see is strength is probably going to be an issue when he gets into the major league season. When you think about a body with a frame like that, what are ways that you do to add weight, muscle to him, but do it where you're also trying to prevent future injury?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think you have to look at the history of the league and guys, there's no one really his size, but guys closer to his size. And unfortunately, it's a long process. So to build that mass takes a long time to build it in the right way. You look at what Giannis, the Greek Freak, looked like when he first came in the league and what he looks like now. And now I talked to some people at the Milwaukee Bucks organization. We happened to go up there to talk to some of the strength and conditioning people, and he couldn't do a pull-up when he first got in the league. I mean, that guy could pull the whole gym down now. So it is a long-term process. So obviously they're going to start from the ground up and make sure his legs and lower body can handle what his upper body has to do for him in a long season like you have in the NBA. I've been impressed with Chet Holmgren. If you look at his body style is certainly similar, and obviously he's out for the first year and he's come in with a little more mass. So I think it's important to them. It's going to be a long-term, season over season. I don't think he's going to get it in 1 year.
All right, Doc, Go from one extreme to the other. Zion Williamson talked today, and he said he admitted that dieting is hard for him. But obviously that's been a problem. Too much weight, a lot of stress on the knees, a lot of stress on the ankles. Can you kind of run us through how that works? If you're too big, you're an athlete, and you're pounding down on your knees and ankles with that much weight, how much damage does it do, and how dangerous is that for a player?
It's really dangerous, and you can see it in players. If you just look at Tim Duncan's body over the course of his career and look how he slimmed down and really made those adjustments in the latter part of his career, which allowed him to be the elite player, the best power forward of all time, because he was elite through his whole career. So I look at a guy like Zion with incredible talent, all the physical gifts you could have, and you look at him early in his career, and he's had that weight issue, a couple of injury issues. If he could figure it out and slim himself down, he could have an elite career. When he's not, that's what you see a lot in a lot of professional sports, where people, have those gifts, but if they don't maximize that gift, because everybody else is maximizing it, if you can't do it, you're going to be one step behind. And I think that's where Zion finds himself now.
Dr. Josh Bell joining us here on the Blitz for our injury update, powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Doc, I think about some of the matchups that we thought we might see during Summer League. Wemby was the healthy one. You get some of the other injuries, and one was a grade 2 sprain for Amon Thompson with the Houston Rockets. They put him in a boot, they said, for a week. Why only a week? I've seen grade 2 in boots, but it seems like a week should be a little bit longer for that grade, if I understand the grading system correctly.
Yeah, and I mean, we're talking about, the grading of injuries. Generally speaking, grade 1 is the ligament's still intact. It's just stretched just a little bit. 2 has a little more stretch or partial tearing to it. So there's, it's still intact. Grade 3 is, you sort of think about a complete tear. So there's a lot of gradations within that. So I would say grade 2, certainly what they're telling us when they say that is, hey, he's done. He's on the shelf for a little bit. That's what I hear from that. How long that's going to take a little bit is more up to the trainers and the people dealing with them day to day. Grade 2 can be certainly significant injury, but some of these, if they get into them quickly, rehab them, shut them down early, they can recover quickly. You just have to see what it is. Grade 2s are not all equal.
Well, and you hear that, and I'm thinking a boot in Vegas, man, that's got to suck, because you're walking around so much in Las Vegas. It's one thing to say, all right, man, grade 2, we're going to shut you down. You're not playing anymore. But the boot part, and for a week, that's about how much longer they've got left there in Las Vegas. And for his fashion, that just ruins every outfit.
So what are you saying? The women aren't going to look at him, or what?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's uncomfortable to have to deal with
it's
a boot.
Lug around a boot.
Lug
around a boot is tough. It's tough.
Yeah, absolutely. In Vegas, of all places.
No
Dr.
kidding.
Josh Bell, always appreciate the time and the insight.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Dr. Josh Bell on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. Major League Baseball All-Star Game coming up after extra innings with James Pledger. Pledge, what do you got on tap today?
Major League Baseball All-Star pregame.
Oh, we're going straight to the All-Star game.
Starts at 6.
There you go.
Yeah, I think I probably knew that at some point. And then Pledge was just waving me off like, no, don't throw me that pitch. No, don't throw me that pitch.
Well,
no.
Because he was trying to save you from embarrassment. You should have known that.
Well, I should have known that. I should have known that.
It's all right, Pledge. It's hard to do.
I didn't realize, Pledge got off early today. So now, he came in early, and now he's going to leave early, which is very unlike James Pledger. So
very unlike
the
James.
All-Star Game pregame show is coming up next here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star, which is plenty of time for you if you're out and about to head over to the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road. Make sure to listen to Rob and Rudy tomorrow morning for an update on the Lithuanian rowing team.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Follow Jason at Jason Menix and Joe Reinagel at Joe Reinagel 210.